Alright, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the grand finals here. Arilou versus Melvinfro. It's going to be awesome. But first, let me give Mr. Urbane Olive a call here and get this show going. And let's see, Urbane, are you on the line?
Oh. Hello. Here I am.
Howdy, howdy. Arilou versus Melvinfro.
I know. I'm very excited for this one. The rematch from 2 years ago. We'll see how it turns out this time, though. It's going to be hopefully different. I guess we'll see.
Well, it was, we only did best of nines 2 years ago. I mean, we weren't evolved enough back then to do best of 13s. Like, I don't know. Are we going to go to best of 15 next year? Or
we're eventually going to best of 99 just so we can really figure out who the winner needs to be.
I'm excited, man. We talked about this a little bit, during sound check earlier, but Arilou versus Melvinfro, very historical figures of the Tooth and Tail scene. Both of them have had several first place, second place, third places. I think if our record keeping has been correct, Arilou has won 2 premier championships, one against Melvinfro, like you said, a couple of years ago, and Melvinfro is the reigning champ right now. Beat Sasha last season, so looking to see if he can maintain the throne for 2 seasons in a row.
Yeah, so it's a bit of a grudge match here for Melvinfro, trying to get some revenge on Arilou for losing that best of 9 about 2 years ago. But for Arilou, it's like, hey, I'm gonna take the crown back. You've had it for the last season. Here is mine now. I'm gonna come take it.
Yeah, and I'm curious. I don't have this on hand, but I wonder if anybody. I think ToothandTailTV won 2 in a row. Does that sound right? Has anybody won 2 in a row? I don't know. We'd have to check the history channel there.
If it was going to be anyone, it would be ToothandTailTV, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah. So this is going to be good. It's like we said, it's a best of 13. A little bit of a meme, but it will be good. Please keep the stream up. By the way, I am notorious for making score mistakes, so please double check me, sir. Also, anybody in the chat. We are on a little bit of a delay. I like to do live matches on a delay, even though obviously nobody cheats, but it's just nice to know that that's not even a possibility. So, my predictions here is Arilou, I feel like, is going to be a little bit more aggressive in the mid-game. I feel like Arilou is going to try to hit, maybe kind of do that fake out where you act like you're going to go 16 farm, maybe you go like 12 farm and then you push with like a lot of tier 2 or something. I
think we'll see something like that. Arilou has really been enjoying his tech plays recently, right? So that means going up to 8 farms, and that could be going heavy eco into heavy tier 2.
Yeah.
Or, like you said, that could be a double fake out, trying to fake like you're going to go eco, and then just jumping into tier 2 and hoping you just get enough out ahead of your opponent to run them over before we can get to the late game.
So, do you think we're going to see double tier? Okay, so you're a little bit of a better player than I am these days. So, like, we are on that. We are on that patch. We're still on the patch for the championship season. What's your take of the meta overall? Do you think double tier 3 is a good play? What kind of tier 1s do you think we're going to see? Do you think moles are worth it, or lizards or toads, or?
Right, yeah, so a lot of players need to remember that this is the old championship patch. This is the current patch of the game. A lot of pro players have been playing on the newer patch, but this is still at a time when moles are incredibly strong, right? So we're going to see moles on 100% from Arilou. Melvinfro, it's unlikely unless he starts to get pressured in the early game and feels he needs to make a decision to change that deck. Arilou is almost certainly going to play the same deck the entire time. At least that's my prediction, and moles are going to be an essential part of that. On the other hand, Arilou will probably play single tier 3, whereas Melvin will go for this Owl Badger comp. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's, Melvinfro makes me angry when I watch him, because I try to go for a tier 3 and then I die immediately. And, like, somehow this guy is able to get, like, multiple tier 3 going at once. Tooth and Tail is really just all about game sense and reading your opponent and understanding, okay, I have 30 seconds, I have 60 seconds, I have 90 seconds till I'm attacked, and that kind of stuff. So, being able to get, like, a double Badger or a Badger and 2 Owls out just kind of out of nowhere, I feel like Melvin has been really strong on that capability. We've also seen a lot of Wolf lately, so I think we will see kind of Badger, Wolf, Owl as the tier 3 slots, and You know, double tier 3, we've seen that quite a bit on this championship. So, what I'm thinking is that I think Melvinfro is gonna do double tier 3 decks. I think he's gonna be geared towards the late game, and I think that Arilou might lean in to the mid game and you know, maybe take some earlier game units like mines or chameleons or even like a boar for a timing attack rather than try to take it late game. Now that being said, both these players can play any stage of the game phenomenally, right? So I just, in my mind, I kind of feel like Arilou's like a mid-game player and Melvinfro's a late-game player.
For sure. Melvinfro definitely wants to take it late, but any player who wants to take it late needs to have a strong early game. You know, that's how you take it late, is by having at least a decent early game. And Melvinfro is the previous champion. He has an excellent early game. But the question is, you're facing against Arilou, 2-time tournament world champion. Okay, this guy, he's the king of the early to mid game, and Arilou wants to keep it in that spot, not only because he can't take it late, but because his deck is going to favor him in that early to mid game. So here we are, we're loading into the deck selection now. I guess we're gonna see what they pick. Good luck, have fun's dropped in the chat.
Squirrel Mole, ton of tier 2. This is exactly what Arilou is like the tier 2 king, man. He always has been. Boar Fox coming out of Melvinfro. Let's go. Oh my god.
Instantly proving us wrong. There is no badger, there is no owl.
But there's double tier 3, but alright, y'all, here we go. Game number 1. In the bottom left, Melvinfro and his opponent up top, Arilou. So, you know, I almost said in the pregame kind of banter that I don't think we're going to see a Fox. But here we are in game number 1 with a Fox.
Wow. Yeah, so this is the box composition, you know, the Boar Fox. And the reason this composition is so it's so fun but so underutilized is because the Fox is not a very strong unit. Its weakness is that it's really hard to... It just needs to be protected at all times. And the one unit that's really, really good at that, with a high HP pool and really good against mass tier 1, is the Boar. And so there's a couple ways to play this deck. A lot of players choose to play box as just a protection of the Fox, so that basically you're just poking with the Fox, but your opponent is unable to push into you because they'd be engaging into a defensive army with a Boar on top of this Fox. So you're almost playing like a ferret, like kind of poke style deck, using that Boar as like your ground. Like if it comes to a straight up fight, that Boar is what's going to keep you in the game. So
do you think that the Fox decision from Melvinfro is a little bit based on the fact that Arilou is known for tier 2 play, and Fox is like, I mean, they eat Falcons alive, they do pretty good against most of the other tier 2.
Yeah, it is interesting because he is known for the tier 2 play. This is definitely a soul read from Melvinfro here.
Speaking of which, by the way, 8-farm Chameleon right out of Arilou here.
So I do think Arilou loves to mass that Falcon in the late game. I will say the Wolf is an excellent counter to the Fox and even Boar Fox if it comes down to it.
Yeah.
It is a smart counter from Melvin, but even in the hyper late game, Arilou's deck could still win. Honestly, just with enough Falcons, like just to be able to run over Melvin's deck, it could still be an Arilou favored fight. We'll just have to see how it plays out.
So Melvin a little bit late on scouting the Chameleons, but look at his map vision. Like, very good due diligence, scouting every little corner of the map already. Well, Arilou hasn't quite found all the gristmills. Speaking of the map, I think it looks relatively okay. I mean, both players have a nice natural base, and then we're going to kind of have to expand over to the east, right?
I will say it's going to be probably hard for Arilou to move into a third base here.
Yeah.
His natural third base is on the low ground, right below Melvin's natural second.
Right.
And his other third is really far away and easy to push, like the one in the far east.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way that this low ground base gets taken, right? Like, that's way too exposed.
This is the no man's land for sure.
Yeah, the map is actually like really balanced for game number 1
Yeah,
here.
I agree. No, I think we're gonna see 16 farm here. Just the middle with all this water here is gonna be really difficult for any one player to make a push through. So I think we'll see 16 farms. Melvin might go grab that campfire. He might even go for a third base.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like the campfire a lot, and yeah, I do agree. Melvin's third base is a lot better than Arilou's. Arilou's is certainly fine as well. Just pretty far away for Melvin to try to attack. So I don't know, like. If you're Melvin, you go all the way over here, you kind of open yourself up to a base race scenario, right?
For sure. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Melvinfro, so they're kind of matching armies and stuff here. It's just really going to come down to who wants to make the first tier 3 move. Look at that. Arilou with his cams positioned in a really aggressive spot here probably won't do anything with them, but hey, you never know. Oh, look,
Yeah.
wait, look, the cams are right next to each other, like 2 tiles away.
Oh, wait. Where's the other kid? Oh, yeah, I see him now. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Melvin knows.
Maybe
you know,
they
he's
take
got
out
that
some squirrels as they try to knock by. You know what? The moles and Arilou's deck, you know, moles are really kind of... They just add so much oomph to a push, right? Like, if Arilou sees Melvinfro throw down a tier 3, all of a sudden, you know, makes like 9 moles. I mean, you could just win the game off that.
For sure, especially with this forward second mill. A lot of times, if you trade armies but manage to take out that mill, it's just game over, right?
Yeah.
If you have more, you know, economy that you can hold on to in the back,
Yeah.
having a forward second mill like this, it is the same for both players. They do kind of have a forward second mill, but I will say if Melvinfro loses his base, it's probably GG. So, and the moles are going to be the thing that, you know, allows Arilou to make that aggressive push through the water, through the high ground, etc.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dropping a few already.
Yeah, these might just be kind of rounding out the army. Like, they are nice tanky. Okay, so here's the moment I was talking about. So the tier 3 has been thrown down. Maybe Arilou just kind of knows, like, hey, you're going to throw... You haven't taken the rest of your farms yet. You're going to throw down... Oh, these are like scouting. Like, that's so interesting. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
he sees that the farms haven't been taken, so therefore you must be throwing down a tier 3. There it is.
He's the boar.
Super
Really
smart
good
by
scout.
Arilou, man. Jeez. Now he's got all
So
these
this
moles
looks like
ready to go.
I think this is going to be a push. He's dropping
Yeah.
tons of tier 1.
Yep.
I would like to see even more
and
moles. He's
Melvin's-
at 20-something squirrels.
Melvin's cams are over on the side. That actually might
He
be
needs to
good.
see these moles. Now
You
he's going to
see-
go, yep.
Yeah, he knows.
Now here's the defensive, yep. So the boar is about 40 seconds away. It's about to be paid for, I think. Or maybe
He's
it's
got to
actually
pay for
longer
that
than
boar. He's got to
He
pay
really
for that
does.
boar before the fight starts. Okay.
Okay, it starts. That's good. But his cams are still out of position. He's not. Oh, he's gonna keep him
Yeah,
behind.
he's gonna get in the back line of the squirrels.
Yeah, but they're not in the fight yet, and it's a little late here. The cams of Arilou are already getting value. Here comes the cam. Attack for Melvin, but they don't get enough done, and there goes the mill. And this is the situation we were talking about, Delphius.
Yes. You know, he's
It looks like
won
it's
the
gonna be an army
he's
trade.
won the war. You know, Melvinfro might clean up the battle right here, but unless Melvinfro can counterattack and take out the opponent's second base as well, like, it's GG. Like, the economic difference now is absolutely huge.
Now he's gonna have a boar for this, but he needs to make it happen. He can't just win the fight. He needs to kill that base, and
Yeah.
that's the only thing that matters right now is killing that base.
And this is
Um,
all this
yeah.
extra money right now. You know, every second he waits, Arilou gets further ahead. So
And
how?
what is he gonna have for this push? I don't know.
Maybe some good Falcon micro? Like, keep those alive, deal a lot of damage in the back. Okay, the boar's here.
Going against 20 squirrels, 3 cams. Can Melvin do this? He needs, I mean, the boar is going to shred these squirrels, so he needs to push now. He's starving. He needs to make something happen.
Here comes the
Cam
cams.
is moving in. He knows they're coming.
Pulling the board
Melvin
back.
needs to, he cannot lose his boar to the cams. Okay, the boar is surviving on tier 1 now.
Really good
Doing a
micro.
good job. Is it enough though? The boar bomb goes off, but not getting enough. Look, it's gonna be the army
Yeah,
trade, but that's
match
it.
number 1 going to Arilou. Kind of similar to what we predicted. You know, Arilou waited till the tier 3 went down and pushed out with moles. You know, moles are such strong units just because they can build so quickly. You gotta have a good plan against these.
Yeah. So I want to see how Melvin adapts. I think he is the kind of player who will change his deck. I think, again, we're going to see Arilou play this deck all of the 13 games if we go that far. But Melvin is already considering, he's already taking a step back. He's already considering, what can I change to combat the moles? Because that was really the killer of that last game.
Yeah, or, you know, yeah, he gets his own moles. I think that's really smart.
Okay.
Just because, like, what else are you going to really do against them? Like, they're good against defenses. They're good against, you know, other tier 1. Yeah, maybe Toads. But are Toads
Could
good
be
enough?
Toads. It's funny because moles are honestly not that bad against Toads either.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, if you have low mole numbers, you can, like, detonate, like, 6 Toads on a couple moles and just get value, you know?
Like, in theory,
of course.
you'd want, like, oh, maybe I build some MGs or something, but moles are great against turrets, you know? So
I know. Oh, it's such a tough patch because,
Yeah.
man, these moles are excellent. So it might just be the smartest choice is just to do the mirror match and try to, again, hold on because he is, again, bringing double tier 3.
Right.
So he's sacrificing that mid game to try to bring it late and try to make something happen past the point where Arilou has all of these really nice tier 2 to supplement his mid game pushes.
So very similar decks, just Snake or Fox. are the differences. And here we go. Here's a mole rush.
Oh, no.
Urban, you're the expert nowadays. Is this gonna work?
Don't sell. Just sell. Okay.
You're like a stockbroker.
It's
don't
really
sell,
weird.
don't sell.
I know. That was a close one because of the weird terrain there. There's a bush in the way, but I think he would have got that. So, good sell there from Melvin, and actually a good rush there from Arilou.
So
definitely a mistake from Melvin to put those together.
Right. Well, I think he probably should have taken these ledge.
And look, now he needs to put a tier 1 down. Oh, if Arilou is playing smart there, he places another mole and re-rushes.
I'm going to go for the cam instead.
Okay.
Well,
yeah, so, I don't know.
I think that Melvin's going to be happy about this map, though. This map is absolutely enormous. It's probably one of the biggest tile sets that we get. So I don't think a mole timing attack is going to be that effective this time around.
No, I don't think so. And look, this is the difference in playstyle. It's 8 farm into cams versus 8 farm into a mill. You know, Warren already up here from Arilou producing the cams, but Melvin is going to start putting down... Why is he putting a mole there? He's going to start putting down farms here any second and trying to get that eco lead. And I think Arilou's going to expand. Okay, so he's just going to try to match him.
Yeah.
I think this is probably going to go 16 farms again.
I wonder if Melvin just wants to get a couple cams out first. Okay, now he's got, cam paid for. Maybe now we start throwing down farms, but... Okay, one farm did get thrown down, so this is the advantage that Melvin can get here. These we might see some cam snipes as Arilou is moving a chameleon down south right now to be in an awkward position, but I think if you kind of put your squirrels on one side of your base, your cams on the other, you might be okay.
Yeah. And Melvin taking this early eco lead. Arilou has some farms as well, but Melvinfro keeping ahead. He's had the farms for longer. One is already farming at this point. And he's essentially even on tech, so definitely the early advantage here to Melvinfro, just a slight bit. And also, I like his map a little bit more as well.
Who, Melvin or Arilou?
Melvin's map.
Yeah. It's a little bit more together. I hate being on the low ground like this. Like, this always feels bad. Okay, gonna come in here, try to snipe a pig.
So risky. He will get it though, looks like. He gets on the corner. Oh, really nice control here for Arilou.
Good. Melvinfro is also out scouting, so that always is very frustrating.
And if Melvin was there, he could have got the return farm too, but he went home with like the wrong time,
Yeah, just unfortunate scouting timing here for Melvin. Good pickup from Arilou though, but Melvin is fully saturating that second base, and a wolf goes down, so let's see if Melvin can sniff it out here.
Oh, he needs to see this.
Oh, barely did not see it. Oh, that's heartbreaking. But it's about that time anyways. He should be throwing down his own tier 3. Oh no, another cam.
He really should drop a wolf here.
Oh, maybe he's gonna... See, the thing is, even if he attacks...
Does he have time?
No, I don't think so, right? Like, I feel like the wolf will be out.
I agree, yeah. He needs to sell and buy. He's gonna go for it, yeah. So he's a little bit behind, but not by a huge significant
Wolf
amount.
Fox.
So he could go for it.
The map
he
is
could go
big.
for it, I think. Yeah.
Interesting. Melvin never decided to take this farm back. I mean, there is still a good amount of wheat there, but it always feels bad.
Yeah, there's like six wheat. I feel like he could take it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. It is one farm, though, and it's not like one of your starting farms. So. Well, we're moving into a late game at this point. We're both getting tier 3 out, and Melvin, as we said before, has that late game advantage. He's gonna start. I think he should drop this Fox pretty soon. He's going up against Wolf Cam, which is not a good engagement for the Fox, but inevitably these players are gonna start to go for Falcons. There it is.
Yeah.
Right. So at some point, this Fox is gonna start getting value.
Yeah, the Fox is just gonna start picking you apart in the late game, right? And just every second that you delay kind of the major engagement, the Fox is over there picking off a squirrel, picking off a falcon. Interesting dirt base location, by the way.
Yeah, going for the ninja for Melvinfro, and I don't even hate it because I don't know if Arilou is really taking the time at this late stage in the game to like go scout for ninjas like this. He feels like he just wants to push in right now. Oh no, he's expanding. Interesting. So Melvin might be able to get away with this third, at least for a couple minutes.
Ooh, Arilou
Unless Arilou smells it already.
Around.
No way.
Okay, did not
he's
check
just going for an alternate scouting path.
But to be fair, you should know something's up if you don't see a third around this time.
Yeah, especially because he's going for another tier 3, so he's not trying to push in or something. So he should probably start to think about looking for that third mill.
He does scout the Fox, which is really nice to know.
Yeah.
But let's see,
It looks
Arillou's...
like he wants to push in here.
Yeah, in this high ground, it's always kind of awkward to defend, like, in the position that Melvin's in. You might just have to let this mill die. Let's see.
I know, he is pushing into his starting mill, and there's not really, like, many pigs left on it, so it's not like he's really getting a lot of value on this push, so he's gonna try it.
Yeah, so that mill's just gonna get fired down.
I think Melvin lets it go, but now he has some tanking. You know, Falcons have bursted already, so he's gonna move in. Not a lot of wolf buff on Melvin's units right now. Here comes the fight. Lots of Falcons here from Arilou. It looks like Arilou's gonna lose this.
He gets annihilated!
And the fox is out! And look, now it picks off all the retreating units. You can't even retreat with the wolf and the fox. The ultimate, like, punishing the retreat unit composition. He's gonna take this third mill out. And I think that might be it. I don't know if Arilou can come back from this.
Yeah, he lost his wolf. That was the really big thing. All the tier 2 went down. I think we might see a tap from Arilou here shortly. He's not going to be able to... that was really smart from Melvin to just go ahead and let the mill die, you know, let a couple Warrens go down, get in the right position, get the right comp. And I mean, look at that army graph right there. Absolutely slaughtered him.
Wow, that is... Yeah, oh my goodness. He started higher and just lost everything.
All right, so we are 1-1 here.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, we got to keep it close, right? Here we go.
Instant picks.
Yep, here it comes.
Oh, here's the Badger Wolf, or the Badger Owl, I'm sorry. This is the, I feel like this was kind of the deck of the tournament, in my opinion. Like, this is what I think of. This is what Melvin picked me apart with, and let's see. Now, keep in mind, he doesn't have the moles this time to help defend, but he does have skunks, and if he gets some quick skunks out, that actually does quite well against mole pushes.
Yeah, I do like the skunk pick. I think skunks in that first game that he lost to tier 1 aggression would have been essential. Although the KMs kind of won him that last fight in the last game, so it's a interesting trade-off between the two, but I do think the main deal with Melvin's deck here is that he's super comfortable in the late game with it, but anytime before that, he's going to run into a ton of trouble from any sort of pressure in the mid game, especially.
5 farm more in here from Melvin, just defensive maybe against the mole rushes, try to get Arilou to over-respawn. By the way, this map is hot garbage for both players. You know, maybe I like it a little better for Melvin, but both of them have kind of an awkward natural. This might actually make a really fun game because there's there's multiple attack paths, right? Like there's the west side, there's the middle, there's the east side, and they're all viable for different reasons. I don't think we'll see these middle mills being taken. You can just pretend they don't exist, or maybe they exist as like a defensive tower. I mean, look at this ramping. This is
really
it's so bad, dude. Like, if he had a little ramp right there, it would actually not be that bad for Arilou. But Arilou's gonna have to position his army like here in the marsh to protect both bases, you know?
Yeah, I mean, Arilou might take. Yeah, he's gonna take it. He's just gonna have to leave his army out in the middle of nowhere, basically.
Yeah.
So there's no retreating, essentially, if you're Arilou.
Yeah, and it's awkward because there's so much water. This is actually a really fun map, you know?
I know, I like this a lot.
Yeah. This is what keeps Tooth and Tail fresh is, you know, obviously, you know, we get a little bit of support from Eel and some of the player base on like trying to, you know, rebalance units and keep things interesting that way, but to me it's always been the random maps, which is not very common in RTS games, so it's really interesting to see unbalanced maps and how you adapt and that kind of stuff. But so far the maps have been pretty balanced. We haven't seen, and honestly lately with the RNG, I think Andy fixed it a long time ago. I mean, it's very rare where there's a spawn where one player just is absolutely screwed by RNG. That doesn't happen that often.
Yeah. I think he made it more consistent with like getting naturals and stuff. So if one player has a super easy natural, both players are almost always going to have a super easy natural, etc. Like in this case, neither players have a great natural. So it's even in that way.
Yeah, exactly.
It's such a funny map. Oh man, because there's water in the middle too, so it's not even like an aggressive map. It's not even a one-base map. You can't, I mean...
But water is kind of good too, right? Like you do some scrapping, you come back, you heal your units up.
True.
That helps. But yeah, it's going to make it very awkward to do any sort of big pushes or big retreats even.
Yeah, by the way, it looks like Melvin's gearing up for a pretty good timing attack here. He's not expanded yet, and he's just scouting. He's scouting diligently, which really shows me signs of, I want to make a push happen here. Yep, look here, he's right-clicking in. He's going to probably wait for one Falcon and then just move in, I assume.
Yeah, he's got the double skunk, which you can really micro till the cows come home. Falcon's on the way for Arilou, but Arilou does have that second base. Arilou did a good job of not, over-farming that. Just a little bit there. Oh, and this is also very cliff abusable. I'm curious if he just tries to knock out the natural.
True. He should just go for this mill, because he can hold Arilou. With these skunks, he's going to be so brutal. Wait, these skunks with the water?
Yeah.
Arilou can't push this at all because Eunice walking through water through skunk gas is... Oh, Melvin, you can do this. You can take that natural.
He decides to
and
pull
hold it.
back. I think the Falcons might have scared him away. Because they're not
Yeah.
impacted by the water, they're not impacted by the skunk gas. But
So
better
he's gonna go
safe
home,
than
go
sorry.
home.
You know, I agree. I think with our omnipotent view here, we think that Melvin had a good attack there, but players are playing
It
with
was
limited
short-winded,
information.
too.
And okay, Arilou says, you know what? You're not gonna attack me. I'll attack you.
You can't fire me. I quit.
Yeah.
Okay. I got some moles here. Let's do it.
Honestly, that is very like, oh, great cells here for Melvin. Just let that base go. But that is, I mean, that does show weakness to your point, right? Like Melvinfro geared up for this big attack and then turned away. So Arilou says, well, therefore, I must have the better army. That's a choke, though, if I've ever seen one.
I know, the one tile, yeah. Arilou's gonna turn around and just be happy that he denied the space. Yeah, definitely a really good position right now for Arilou. I mean, the income graph will say it all. He's been up ahead by 1 farm the entire game, except for like, you know, 30 seconds.
The
in
split
middle
second
there.
where he threw 3 farms down? Yeah, that's kind of a liar graph because they never actually got in. The graph starts the income when you throw that farm down, not when it finishes. So, lots of tier 1 coming out of Melvin. I think he's saying, you know what, I've got skunks and you don't. Let's play a squirrel game.
The one thing about Arilou's deck is it really struggles with tier 1 killing before the wolf comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, the cams are really all you've got.
Yeah.
And he's on like kind of low cam numbers right now. And with this many squirrels, he might have a window, you know, before Arilou is able to get more cams or more moles out too. Moles are also pretty good at taking out tier 1.
Well, I'm really worried about Melvin's second base, or Arilou's second base. Melvin does scout that and see that he is down significantly on farms. So he's kind of in a now or never situation. He needs to go.
I feel like
bring the
Arilou's
pain a
second
little
bit
bit.
is condemned. Like, there's no shot it survives. Like,
but it's making money right now, man. That's what he needs.
It is. And look, Melvinfro, just pre-gas. Like, you're in such a good spot with your skunks here. Yeah, like, what can Arilou do? He knows. He just turns around and goes home. And then just send, like, some cams or something over to the other base. I don't know what you'd do.
Yeah, he's really trying to find good position for all these squirrels to find tiles and actually be able to shoot. Because it really sucks when your units are just shuffling around, you know, not doing anything. So I think that's really what Melvin's trying to do.
It's disgusting. Look, he's just getting close to the Falcons.
Oh, Arilou's getting...
Arilou just cannot do anything.
Tight in a corner. Or he's going to have to go in. And yeah, you can see all the squirrels for Melvin just are finding tiles, not doing as much.
Yeah, they're really not doing much here. And they're all gone from the
That's it,
goal.
GG.
Oh my goodness.
I think Melvin really messed up by bringing the squirrels forward.
Yeah.
Because he had them all boots on the ground, locked in, ready to go. But when he moved them up, they all shuffle around. They try to find tiles. They don't shoot, and they just died. And that is what it is.
And I mean, it was not a great fight there from Melvinfro, but I'd say the real story of that game was Arilou having 9 farms for 5 minutes versus the 8 farms from Melvinfro.
All right, on the left we got
it was just
Melvin, and on the right Arilou, and I think Melvin pretended to be Arilou last game, and I don't think it worked that well for him, right? Like, he wanted to do a timing, he wanted to not be the late game guy, but Melvin, just be the late game guy, man. You got the double tier 3, you got the Badger Owl. Like, how do you let Arilou out-farm you? You know what I mean?
I know. Just say the line, bro. Come on, be the late game guy. Do it. Come on.
But, you know, and I feel like he didn't play into his strengths, though. Like, he tried to do that timing. He was unsure of himself, right? You know, when he tried to bust into Arilou's base, you know, he didn't quite move his squirrel. He had too many squirrels. They all just kind of shuffled around, didn't do anything, so...
I know, I mean, at the early start of the game, he had this timing that may have had an effect, or at least put some pressure on Arilou, and he decides, I'm just gonna go home. And maybe it was the right call. You know, hindsight is 2020. It's really hard to tell what would have happened. But the indecision is the worst decision, as I like to say.
Yeah.
He made a decision to try to push, and then he gave up on it, which just allowed Arilou to get further ahead in economy. And then piling that on top of him losing that second mill, so delaying him further on economy. He is moving out with 1 squirrel here. There's no way is he gonna sell this? I don't think, does he?
He sold? Oh my god, I was worried Melvin would his commander would die and then he'd lose the squirrel, but forces a sell there. And do you think this 5-farm Warren is an overreaction? You know, Melvin got mole rushed 1 time, and now he's, you know, hamstringing his economy for the rest of the series.
Exactly, yeah. I think 5 farms is a little bit too much. You just need to scout your opponent really consistently.
Yeah.
Watch their farms, and then you can be able to tell, you know, what you need to do. It's pretty basic tooth and tail, and Melvin is easily good enough to do that. I don't think he really needs to 5-farm single every single time.
Where is the small Warren at? Am I missing it?
Yeah, I'm looking. I don't see it either.
Oh
Is
my
it top of
gosh.
the map?
Oh, I
he's
love that.
gone.
I love this play. This is so smart.
I will say Arilou can just put it next to the campfire.
Yeah,
It doesn't
exactly.
shoot Warrens, so.
But Melvin scouts the
And then you
campfire
just like,
immediately, so those are the most frustrating game. I feel like campfires are so underutilized, and
I know.
it's the most frustrating
so
game
good.
when you have like a back and forth scrap with somebody and you just barely lose, and you're like, how? And then you realize they had 9 farms versus 8 farms, pretty much, which is
Exactly,
an enormous
yeah.
difference. It's like a 12% increase.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if it's like 16 to 15 farms, it's the same number of farms difference, but it's less.
Yeah.
You gotta think of like percentages,
Yeah.
right? 9 to 8
It's
can
huge.
really add up
It's
over
absolutely
time.
huge.
Yeah.
So tier 2 on the way for both sides. Melvin should get the scout, so does Arilou. Everybody knows exactly what the opponent's up to. I like the mill. I think Melvin just needs to rail down some farms here, yeah, and say, you know what, you want to play with your campfire, fine. But I would be careful if I was Melvin now, because, I mean, to me, Arilou is gearing up for a timing attack, right? The campfire in
Right.
me is saying, I'm not interested in a second base, I just want cheap money now. And so Melvin needs to be careful, but he is building more squirrels, so it looks like he is respecting this.
Yeah, he sold a farm. He's
Yeah.
buying more squirrels. He's buying. Yeah, I think he understands what's happening, and he's just gonna say, okay, I'm gonna hold these 2 farms, push into me. Let's go. I got
Yep.
skunks.
I got one more
I got
farm than
pigeons,
you right
let's do
now.
it. Yep, come on, let's do it. Let's do it right now. And Arilou also sees that. He's like, okay, sure, I'll expand. No worries, let's do it.
Yep.
And he also might still push in. It looks like he kind of wants to, but doesn't have enough right now. So if he
Yeah.
drops moles,
I know, it's 6 moles. You can target down that mill so quickly in this
I know.
early
I don't
game.
think he's gonna go for it, but maybe he could. I don't know. It's a close one.
Yeah, actually a lot of really interesting nuances happening in this game already.
Yeah, for sure.
So now that Arilou has committed to his second base, the timing attack is a little bit less likely. Melvin does see that, so he's going to know that he can come home and add some more farms and be safe. But let's see
Yeah,
if
I
he
think
wants to do
Melvin's a
something
little heavy on the
else.
squirrels here. He's got 18, and Arilou's not really in a position to push him right now.
Yeah,
He could probably get a little greedier, drop probably 6 of those squirrels and go into another tier 2. Probably, it could be more falcons, it could be more farms, probably would be a better choice.
I don't mind the build though, because the squirrels are good meat shields, and on defense, when they already have their own tile, they're going to do a ton of damage. So I think it's okay. You know, Arilou has been not playing. Arilou really never plays AoE units. I mean, I think he likes mines when mines are strong. He's a really good mine player, and toads as well. Like, I think in the championship that he won, he had like cam, mine, toad, squirrel kind of builds, but that's not really the meta nowadays. So you don't really have that AoE. But yeah, this is a ton of squirrels. Melvin definitely doesn't need any more, and he knows that as well. He's building into more falcons, and
Squirrels are a good unit comp, but they kind of like delay you in your tech, right?
Yeah.
Like you could be using these squirrels and put them into tech, and then buy them later when the fight's about to start.
Exactly.
You know, just kind of pace your army better.
That's a good point. Yeah, because it'll take like 40 seconds to build the Warren and get all 3 squirrels. So that's not too bad.
Yeah, versus, wait, what is it? It's 10, and yeah. So 10 to build it, and then 10 for each squirrel.
Yeah.
Versus, I think 20 seconds
For tier 2.
for the Warren, and then 20 seconds for each tier 2. So
Yeah.
yeah, generally better to put down the more expensive ones first, and then as things start to look like you're about to get attacked, just start to drop this tier 1.
Yep. Well, Melvin is at full saturation here. Not 16 farms, because we did not race straight up to 16 farms. The 5-minute mark came by a long time ago, and
Yeah, it's come and gone for a while now.
and the main farms are going away. So the question is, do we continue the arms race into a third base, or is somebody going to try to find an angle to attack? That might be Arilou right now. Melvin needs to see this army move out, and he does. He needs to get his
Can he
army.
get there in time? He needs his pre-gas before Arilou moves. He might just right-click in.
I think he's good.
Arilou wants it.
Okay, this is a
He
smart.
gets there in time.
Yeah, this is very smart to pull back from Arilou. That was so clutch, man. If Melvin did not see the army moving out right when he did, Arilou would have just been in here devastating infrastructure.
Yeah, absolute disaster. He wouldn't have been with his army. He would have just been.
Oh, trying to
Total
drop the tier
devastation.
3. There it is. Okay, but
Needs to throw
Arilou's
home
coming
that
in
whole-
from another angle, and this is a more
does he know
deadly
it's
angle.
coming?
He knows
Now
now.
he knows, but he might lose his commander. No, he's gonna give him pre-gas down. Arilou going for it. He's right-clicking in. Lots of falcons. Lots of cams too.
Oh my
Nice
god, the
Mike
Cam's
from
getting
Melvin.
on top of everything here.
Trying to keep his army alive. This might be okay. If he can
Yeah.
keep this mill alive, he's gonna be okay. But he goes down.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Arilou-
trade looks fine, but Who's in that mill, man? Melvin has to go destroy the opponent's mill right now. And he's got this interesting ledge. He needs, yeah, he's got to target it down. There's no other option.
Does he have enough is the question. Oh, really good engagement there. Getting a couple Falcons there is Melvinfro. Is it enough, though? I don't know. It doesn't look like it is. Too many Falcons still alive from Arilou, and I think that's it. Wow.
Feels bad, man. Badger wasn't even paid for. Now he's got to muster up 180 bucks if he really wants that, but it's just not going to be enough. I mean, Badger is one of the best units in the game, but it really is dependent on having that supporting cast around it, right? It's not a solo hero.
And Arilou's not gonna let this happen either. He's just gonna, even if it gets up, it's gonna lose. It's only 3 pigeons. It's not enough for Melvin to make something happen here, unfortunately.
Yeah, and Melvin.
He's gonna try. It's the grand finals, right? But you know, only so much you can do.
Hear me out. Is it stupid to tech into some balloons here for Melvin? I know balloons aren't the best thing, but hear me out. Arilou is so tier 2 heavy, and just having that additional warning, right? Like all the vision that you get from the balloons. I mean,
I was thinking about that. It's tough because Arilou can punish that so hard with moles. No, because they don't hit balloons, but they can punish balloon play.
Yeah, but Arilou's whole deck gets picked apart by balloons.
I agree. I think it is a good call. It needs the vision.
Yeah.
And he needs that kind of like, he needs that counter. He needs some defensive play because he's just currently relying on his army only.
Melvin does have a few boots on the ground here with the Badger. Is it enough though? So many Falcons can just.
God rev. Here we go. Oh, good.
He's gotta get the rev.
Oh, he breaks rev.
Oh, get the rev on that Warren. Oh. Gonna try to focus the Badger.
Wait, this is really good here.
Rev is going.
It's still on. It's still on.
Rev is going.
Can he kite? 17 HP. He's still revved, I think. Now it's gone.
He's got that little bit of water in the back to heal it up, but...
Yeah, and everything's gone, unfortunately.
Yeah, the difference in economy at this point is just too much.
Right, it's one, star farm versus 6 fully farming. It's just... as the game goes on, it becomes more and more impossible for Melvinfro to make a comeback.
In the words of Day 9, rock beats scissors, but enough scissors beats rock, right? So, at the end of the day, RTS games are all about money, and Arilou has just been way ahead on economy for the past few minutes.
It's buying a third. I mean, I guess I'm making critiques. It doesn't really matter, obviously, but...
Yeah, I think he wants to fresh farms, but I don't know. There's a lot of wheat on those. I think you just take them. All right, Melvin's gonna try to base race.
Oh, he's going for a base race. That's what he's doing. Oh, this is actually a really good plan.
He knows about the campfire, too. He's not going to make it in time, though, yeah.
No, Arilou's like, nope, I'm not going to lose like this. Sorry. And he probably will get this. He's going to get this. This is so funny if he gets this and just runs away.
He does get it.
But he doesn't get out.
Yo, what if the Badger lives? What if the Badger lives? One time? All right, that's it. GG. Arilou up 3-1 right now.
Yeah, wow. So he's pulling ahead at this point, and that starts to get worrying for Melvinfro, who really likes to play from a lead. I guess who doesn't, but, wow. So he's going to go back to what won him that game. He's going to go back to the Wolf Fox. Going to try to make something happen.
All right, over on the right-hand side, we got Melvinfro with the Wolf Fox, and over to the top left, Arilou. Same deck every single game from Arilou, and that is very on brand for Arilou. He's always been that player that says... You know what? I have the best deck for this meta, period, objectively. It is perfect. And he never changes it, so...
I know, and Melvin needs to figure out something. And then once he figures it out, the series is long enough for him to fight back, but he needs to figure it out quickly, because he can't keep losing games. Going down 4-1 right now would be a really tough spot to play from.
Yeah.
He needs to try to bring this closer in score so that he can try more things out to try to break Arilou's playstyle right now.
It feels like to me Melvin just needs to be more conservative with the scouting patterns in the mid-game. Like almost every time Arilou has won, it's because Arilou just hits from an angle and Melvin's not in position. Like if Melvin can linebacker that and be, covering, the receivers, so to speak, and just making sure that Arilou can't kind of sneak a fast one on him, I think he'll be just fine. Like, he won that last battle pretty handedly, but, again, he's got to protect these mills a little bit better. He's got to have his army in position before Arilou moves out. And Arilou is just really good at trying. Like, he's taking shots. You know, I can't even try to give him too much credit for it because he's literally just moving out with his army. But, like, he's trying, if that makes sense. Like, you don't score any points if you don't try to shoot the ball, right? And he's shooting the ball, and, you know, you do it enough times, and you're eventually going to hit it.
Yeah, there's this really great quote from Delphius. I think it was actually the one who originally said this quote. You miss every shot you don't take. I think that was Delphius.
Yeah, that was Delphius quoting Michael Scott, actually.
Oh, right. Oh, that's what it was. Yep. Now it makes sense. Yeah.
Or was it Michael Scott quoting Delphius? I think that's how
that would make more sense.
Yeah, I think that's where it originated.
And honestly, I would say Melvin probably kicking himself now for dropping the owls just because of this map. Man.
Oh. This is a very horseshoe map.
24 farm game.
Yeah. If we're gonna see a big, you know, macro match, this is the map for it. Like, really fun kind of map, to be honest. It's very balanced. Honestly, a little Melvin favored. I don't think Arilou likes this 4th base here. It's a little too close to the enemy. It's going to be tough to move out. And again, I think this is a great one where it's going to be tough for Arilou to do what's been winning him games. I think Melvin parks his army like right here, and you're protecting everything. Like, is Arilou really going to bring his army through this frozen water? They're all going to freeze to death. I'm kidding. That's not a mechanic in this game for people that aren't
should be, though.
super familiar. It was in the story, wasn't it? There was a couple of missions.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
oh my god, I hated that.
But anyways, like, you know, this attack, where Arilou's commander's running right now, this is most likely the attack path, right?
Right, and it has been a problem for Melvinfro. 2 of the games he's lost have been from losing the mill, not the army, right? You've been losing the mill, and at that stage in the late game, if you trade an army and lose your mill, it's game over because you can't resupply the army when the opponent can. So in this match, it's not going to be like that at all.
Holy moly, you might be right. Are we going to 24, baby?
24 farms, let's go! I mean, I think it's going to happen. Even if both players get out their wolves, they can't push in.
Yeah, and they did both drop at the same time. Arilou scouted. Melvin did not, but Melvin knows it's got to be there. You can see he's healing up, going to try to come in again. Is it? I think it's right here.
Okay. I mean, even if he doesn't see it,
you didn't see it. Oh, man.
He knows what it is, and he knows it's there. Like,
here we go, 24 farms.
Somewhere. Man, look at that number. First time we've seen this series. Here we go.
You know, and I was about to say, I'm actually really impressed with this finals because I think one of the critiques of this meta this season was kind of, you know, we sit on our laurels so we get 16 farms and we deathball fight each other, and that really hasn't been the case this series at all.
No. It's been great, and I'm really surprised actually how it's played out so far. I did not expect it to go like this. I thought Melvin was just going to sit back, just please don't attack me. But he's been trying to mix it up a little bit. It hasn't worked for him quite yet, but he's still mixing it up, keeping Arilou on his toes. And I do like that choice from him, I think.
I just wish Melvin, and obviously he's a better player than I am, he's probably one of the GOATs, but I wish he would have been a little bit more bold here, drop some squirrels and put down the fox at the same time, right? Because that's really the value adder of his composition. And like, when is he gonna drop the fox if it's not immediately with the wolf? Like, I think he would have had wolf fox out right now, and he could have been over harassing or just threatening, you know, with the sniper rifle.
He's walking into Arilou's base and seeing 6 tier 2 warrants, adding a 7th now.
Yeah.
And he's like, wow, I have 18 squirrels. Why?
Yeah. Yeah, Melvin has been very squirrel heavy this whole series, and you know, I think the boat left the dock as far as, you know, getting the fox out, right? Like, that ship sailed. I mean, how are you going to get the fox out now? It's going to take way too long.
It's just Falcon spam o'clock at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can you do?
And what would you rather have against a million falcons and like 1 or 2 foxes? That's like ideal.
Exactly. I mean, he will probably try to drop it at some point, but this just opens a window that didn't need to be there for Arilou to push in, because now now Arilou has the fighting comp he wants to have to push into Melvinfro, and all he's waiting for is that fox to hit the board.
Yep. That's a very good observation. Like, Arilou has exactly what he wants, and Melvin really doesn't. Like, Melvin's missing that fox, you know?
Yep. Man, lots of cams. I would expect more falcons here. I think there should be more falcons, but I guess we'll see.
Lots of cams coming out from both sides.
Wow.
And yeah, when does Melvin sell down these squirrels? Okay, Arilou's actually getting into more squirrels. Interesting. Just to kind of get some more meat shields.
I guess, but do you really need more meat shields when you have 12 cams.
The advantage of having a lot of squirrels is that you replenish round 2 a lot faster.
True.
So
you can defend or attack quicker
yeah,
on the follow-up.
If the game doesn't immediately end when the armies clash, the player that has more tier 1 warrens can make a bigger army faster for the next wave. But let's see, 4th base coming out for Melvin.
And this is the catalyst that will propel this game into a clash.
Yeah.
Arilou knows he can't let this 4th mill get any farms on it, and so he sees it, he's like, okay, let's go, right now. And the problem is, both players have almost identical armies. But Melvin could have had a fox, is basically the line here. But they are identical armies pretty much.
Arilou's army value is quite a bit higher.
Extra squirrels, I think. Why is he pushing in? Melvin, don't. You don't have to.
Melvin's gonna clash in. Oh, look at this. So
Goes
many
for
tier
it.
2s.
Whoa, and look at all the camps just destroying Arilou wins this. Wow. Why? I don't know why Melvin decided to run out in the middle there, and he's just gonna lose everything.
GG. Arilou getting up 4-1 in this series. What do you think happened in that engagement there? Just everything happened so fast.
It was just, I don't even know what to say because everything was gone in like 0.25 seconds. Like 800 HP was gone just like that, you know.
That
like
is what's
Thanos
nice about the
snapped
delay. Like we can kind of watch the replay on the stream as this next game gears up. And
yeah, wow.
I think honestly, it looked like all those scrolls from Arilou in the back line were adding in a lot of extra damage.
That's true. He had double the squirrels that Arilou had. So yeah, wow. And Melvinfro, I think, did not need to engage like that. He had the prerogative to sit back a little bit. So.
All right, Melvin on the right, Arilou on the left, and Melvin bringing in the ferrets. Do you think he's getting a little flustered and just trying something weird? I mean, he's not Mishi. I think ferrets are awful unless your name is Mishi.
It is really interesting because he's gonna try to kind of play Arilou's game here, but why would you try to play Arilou's game against Arilou? You know,
yeah.
Like that's what he does. You know, he's trying to bring that into a mid game because he's bringing essentially the same comp, but just trading ferrets versus snakes. And I would look again, 5-farm single. He's playing so defensively. He's just scared. I feel like he's just scared.
Yeah, I think that the
he's
mental.
floating 140 food. What is this?
Yeah, I think the mental is getting to him a little bit here, as you suggested before. I mean, it's tough, man. If you've ever competed, even in like a lighthearted thing, I mean, it can be frustrating. You know,
yeah, wow.
When you start losing, and you know, mentality is such a big factor of this. That's why we always like Mishi versus Tatanka is like one of the best series of all time, because you know Mishi really showed so much mental fortitude during that.
Right.
So, like you said, I mean, Melvin floated a lot of food. He's like teching into a ferret. I'm not sure what the move is here. And you know that last game, as we said, you know, Arilou kind of did the late game dance a bit better than Melvin. Put together a better army comp. Melvin was never quite bold enough to throw down that fox. You know, I think maybe Melvin should go back to his signature Badger. I mean, he's one of the best players ever with the Badger. You know, like we should.
That's his emote on the Discord. Like.
Yeah. I mean, that is.
He's the guy.
He is the Badger man.
Oh, a little push here from Arilou, by the way. And just Melvinfro, I just out of position. That's just not what you want to see right now.
I mean, the good news for Melvin is he is a little bit ahead on the second base economies. But yeah, his squirrel's just not quite in the right spot. And, you know, and Arilou has just been on fire this whole series. You know, I don't think we should hark on Melvin's play as much as we should be praising Arilou's. Like, Arilou is just so strong. Like, with his game sense, he's always known, you know, when there's a window. When I have that little bit, okay, I'm up 40 food on you. You know, that means I can barely win this engagement. You know, he's the best of the best of that kind of thing.
And he smells blood in the water. He's like, yep, I got your farm. I'm going to be even to ahead on farms, and I'm going to put down moles. Yep. If you mess around at all, I'm going to crush you.
It's game over. And here we go.
Yeah.
Arilou knows he got a little bit of advantage earlier. He's not letting his economy slip, but Melvin does have his own moles this time around. And Arilou even sells one mole after Melvin sees them. Like, this is why he's so good. And then he goes back and he expands while Melvin is hunkering down, you know? He's doing the StarCraft equivalent of, like, building bunkers right now.
Oh, my goodness. He's hovering that jab, and he just keeps hitting him with the cross, but Melvin keeps blocking the jab. It's like, he's never doing the right thing for what Arilou's. He's always a step ahead. It feels like, especially in this game.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, Arilou's like, okay, you think I'm about to attack, therefore I'm gonna eco, and you're gonna waste time and money building these moles. Like, it's so good.
Look at Melvin's scout. He's only seen 2 farms.
Yeah.
Right now, he hasn't scouted his farms in a minute at least.
Oh, you gotta be so
like,
mad to see that, dude.
Right?
And it's like, how long have those been there, you know?
And now he goes, oh my goodness, my eco's so behind. But look at the army values. Arilou is actually getting up more army as well.
You know, I wouldn't hate to see some ferrets, and there they are, because this is actually pretty... This is a great opportunity for Melvin to just... What I like about the ferrets is Arilou is not going to expect them, right?
True.
They're not the strongest unit in the world. They're not that weak either, to be fair. I think they get a little bit of a bad rap. I think it's one of those units where it's like the meta dictates things more than actual power of units, if that makes sense. Like, we see players from time to time really pilot ferrets effectively. Mishi and Heartsea come to mind. And these ferrets, you know, they can force Arilou to have to commit to attack, right?
The question is, do you want to take that attack when you're looking at 30 squirrels on your front line? And Melvin, he has lots of moles here, but this is so tough. And if he had a cam right now, would he be in a better position is the question.
I think he's doing just fine, though, on this defense.
Oh, wow, he's got this. Defender's advantage with a couple squirrels, or sorry, with a couple pigs shooting. It looks like Melvinfro is going to hold this and send Arilou packing. Yeah,
great job. Melvin did lose a couple farms, but this is where the ferrets can shine. You know, Melvin's got fantastic micro. But look at this, just picking off free units from here, you know, here to there. Melvin can't get too big for his britches, though.
Oh, he's a little...
You're swatting the bee's nest by doing this, for sure.
Man.
But the problem is that Arilou killed those farms, you know? And look at these ferrets getting a ton of value, actually.
Not losing ferret, good. And Arilou's gonna push it, don't lose that ferret. He does lose a ferret, but no, that's right. Right!
The problem is the eco difference, man. That first push,
oh, man.
You know, all those farms went down.
And Arilou won't win the game right here, but he gets another 2 farms, and now Melvin goes down 5 farms.
Yeah.
Right? And this starts to mean a lot.
This has kind of been the theme of this series, is that Arilou's attacks, you know, get economic damage done. And will this, you know, single ferret, yes, it's getting value, it's killing units for free, but is that going to be enough? As Melvin comes in with Arilou comes in with 25 more squirrels, and this might be the attack that makes Arilou tap. And, you know, Melvin's got a couple lives left, but best of 13 is sneaking up on him. Arilou needs 7 wins, and he'll be at 5 wins after this match.
Oh, man.
And if only, like you said, though, I mean, if those were chameleons, does he not lose the farms there, right?
Right, it's a great question, because the ferrets seemed good, but then all of a sudden he was on the back line. And honestly, I think Melvinfro should pause right now. He should take a 5-minute time.
Yeah, I did tell them we need to get a 5-minute break, but no, he's going to go in.
Locked in.
Okay, I like the skunks, but man, I'd love to see Melvin just go back to his badger play. Where's that badger owl that got you here, you know?
He's playing Arilou's deck, essentially, right now, minus the moles, and that's your 2-swap. But you don't want to play your opponent's style if that's what they're excellent at, right?
Yeah.
You want to take it somewhere else, right? Melvin's excellent at the late game. He should try to take it there and maybe just switch up how he gets there, right? Because he's been caught in that mid game over and over again, not making it where he wants to get. And his decision to change that is, okay, let me take it early game. But his decision should be, how do I take it to late game better, I think. That would be my decision. But, you know, he is Melvinfro, so.
You know what? I think this is a great map for a Melvinfro victory, and the reason is because that back natural. So Arilou is not going to be able to attack that natural. He's going to have to attack the main. And the main is actually a lot worse of a target to attack for a lot of reasons. For one, by the time you're attacking, a lot of the farms are already starting to fallow out. For two, that main Gristmill is going to have a lot more HP than the natural. So the fact that Arilou really doesn't have an attack path to come hit this is really big for Melvinfro.
And also, Arilou's natural sucks. Like, it's on the low ground. He probably will take that high ground as his army positioning spot.
Yeah.
But he does have 3 mills, so if it gets really late, then he'll have the advantage. But I don't think it will get to that point. We'll probably get to like 12 farms or something.
Yeah. This map is so. I mean, look, we're almost touching territories here. Right. I mean, this is such a short map. And Arilou with the cam going down. Melvinfro gonna go for some squirrels for now. But I think this opening's already a little better for Arilou. Let's see, Melvin gonna come in and scout the cam, and it's very Arilou-esque, right? Arilou wants to get those cams out there, his favorite units. So, let's see, the skunk comes down. So we might have a skunk first cam situation, and I think that could easily go either way. And, you know, cams are not the best unit in the world to just kind of smash into a main base. But with the help of the moles, that's where things get spicy.
Right, for sure. It looks like Arilou is going to expand here, and I think both players will expand. Oh, maybe not? Oh, maybe he's going to drop moles and try to push this?
Yeah,
but he's going into skunks.
Oh no, Melvin's...
Oh, the rally out here from Melvinfro, so unfortunate. He actually does have... Actually, no, he is playing squirrels.
Oh yeah, actually this is working out pretty well. He stops the mole from coming out. Okay, this is why he's the champion.
Yeah, guys, check it out.
Damn, that rally, yeah, I would agree with you. Right when I saw that rally, I was like, bro, GG. But that worked out so well, dude. He stopped the mole rush from coming. He almost got that cam. You know, he lost a little bit of army value on paper, but I still think overall that was good. That kind of stopped Arilou's, took the wins out of that attack sales. Yeah. And now Melvin can try to sneak a farm out, but I don't know, man. Okay, Arilou does expand as well.
It's tough because now he has this skunks out, and if he plays a more defensive position, he can maybe be okay.
He's got to start getting some gas out. He should know about the well, actually, he might not see it. Oh, yeah,
again, he might just get a pre-guess. Oh yeah, he's gonna send Arilou home. This is really good for Melvin now. He needs to probably send these skunks home. This is not really where you want to be fighting, right? This gas is not going to do anything with no army to back it up. So, just kind of poking with no end here. Harassing a little bit, but this is good because he's gonna get this farm up faster than Arilou, I think.
Arilou's already got one up.
Actually, no. Never mind.
But dropping it for a wolf? I don't know about that. Okay, the wolf goes down.
Very hidden. I will say that. Will Arilou see this? He might burrow in that spot. Oof. Oh, he's gonna die and not see it. Oof. Okay. Oh, woof. I just...
So if you're Arilou, you see a lot of tier 1 warrens, you don't see any farms, maybe you think, okay, I shouldn't attack because I'm farming, right? And my opponent's not. But Arilou's got to get the scout. He's, you know...
He should see this. Whoa, uh-oh. DC there from Arilou. Probably an internet connection? It looked like he was moving when he... Uh-oh. Well, 1 second, guys. Technical difficulties. We're going to have to talk to the players and find out... probably just internet issues, but we'll find out what happened there.
Yeah, let's see what's
going on
here.
Be right back with you guys.
Yep, yeah, we'll go to a quick break.
We'll get this lobby reset, and we'll obviously replay that match. No player was clearly ahead, so we're gonna replay that match if both players are okay with that. Arilou's offering it.
Yeah, let's see.
Looks like he doesn't. That's very funny.
I guess we don't need a break screen. Okay, Arilou's coming back.
Okay.
So we're gonna replay. Do we want to do the same seed or new seed?
We should just new seed, I think. It's a lot of work to go find that seed.
I mean, I could get it, but yeah.
Okay, you can ask them, I guess. Probably a good thing to ask about.
Looks like they're okay. Just gonna go ahead and reset that one.
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair call. I don't think either player was clearly ahead, and it was obviously an internet issue from the player of Arilou, not like a purposeful disconnect.
I'm gonna say any additional DCs are gonna go to Melvin.
Alright, I think that's fair, yep.
We know these guys well enough. That was not done in malicious intent or anything like that. And the game was very, very even.
And Arilou, I believe, is from South America. I think Argentina.
Yeah, Argentina, yeah.
And so if you ever played a match against Arilou, this happens sometimes, is all I'll say. These things happen occasionally.
Yep.
But here we go. We're going to load back in.
Okay, up top, Melvin, and in the bottom right, Arilou. Same decks as last time, and honestly, I like this. This is a very good map for Melvin. Oh my gosh. You see this? Like,
I love this.
Again, I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the theme has kind of been, you know, Arilou really is finding the right angles on the second base and kind of hitting when Melvin's not quite ready for it. And he can't do that this time around.
Yep, he absolutely cannot do that. Oh, he was looking at a mole rush. He probably can get it, honestly.
I was gonna
was
say, how
actually
mad would
kinda
Melvin be
gentle.
the one game where he
I
like
know.
stops being scared and he just goes for 8 farms, and then he gets the mole rush there.
It's funny because Arilou mole rushes like sometimes, but he's been a little gentle this series with mole rushes.
Yeah.
Like he probably could do more if he wanted to. Obviously he's not taking it easy. He's just probably making a different read than I would make because we're just different players. But
Yeah.
so yeah, finally Melvin going up to 8 farms, not dropping a single safety. Oh, Arilou might rush this. We'll see.
That is such. Olive, are you just like salivating looking at
No,
this ledge
dude,
right?
please. Cause I know Tonka loves this kind of rush, right? When you get to
Yeah.
8 farms, then you drop a mole right
There
up
it
here. Yeah,
is.
he's doing it. And so you basically deny that 8th farm, so you're just delaying that farm
Does
by
he?
quite
Does
a bit.
he? Does he have to sell this farm?
Yeah, he's got to sell it, unfortunately. So he just delays that farm by a whole farm cycle, which is really unfortunate.
Perfect
for
timing on
Melvinfro.
the sell.
Yeah, nice timing sell. But again, nice tempo advantage here for Arilou.
Yeah, very well executed. And the big thing, if y'all missed the nuance, is the fact that Arilou got his 8 farms up faster. That's really what matters.
Yeah.
Like, sure, Melvin
see-
has a squirrel, has a faster Warren, but that's not going to really do anything.
Yeah, there's 8 farming pigs on Arilou's base. There's only 7 farming pigs on Melvinfro's base right now. So, obviously the total amount of food that will come from both bases is the same, but it'll take longer for Melvinfro's food to come because one of those farms was delayed by like 30 seconds or something.
Yep. So, definitely worth doing.
kind of
It is a razor's
theory.
edge kind of move, and it's very easy to mess that up. I think we've all seen like beginner games where you're kind of like, oh my god, like mole rush gone wrong, right? Like
Yeah, exactly.
if Tooth and Tail was more popular, we'd probably have like epic fail compilations of that kind of thing, because it is hard to do correctly. Both players
it
in the second
definitely-
base here.
Yeah. Honestly, it can come down to ping sometimes.
Yeah.
If it's like, yeah, if you don't place it down like on the exact tick that you get the food, like like maybe you're like a second late to placing the mole warren down, it can come down to like the player's ping, which is pretty funny.
Oh,
Oh my goodness!
can you get the
I didn't
cam?
even see that.
So the Warren being placed kind of baited the cam to attack it, but the cam gets away and gets 12 food out of smacking that Warren, so...
There you go. Wow. So it's a very small 12 food lead here for Arilou.
Well,
Huge
that...
W.
Hey, that on top of the farm delay, I mean,
See? There you
it's
go.
adding up.
More tempo. Mm-hmm. We're maybe at like 45 food tempo now for Arilou. That's huge.
I wonder if Melvin is building so many squirrels just because he thinks it's a smart way to defend against Cam Falcon. But this is the kind of gameplay I wanted to see out of Melvin. He's being ambitious with farms. Like, this is where he shines. He's got some skunks. It's a hard spot to attack into. And Arilou's behind on economy for the first
I
time
love
in a
this.
lot of matches here.
Dropping Falcons. This is really good. Oh, okay. Arilou looking kind of for some cam plays here.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
he
watching
might
these
get
sneaky
some-
boys.
Definitely getting sneaky with it, but I really enjoy Melvin's opening this time
Yeah.
as opposed to some of his earlier openings.
I
He's
agree.
getting double tier 2, kind of matching Arilou. He's staying 1 tier 2 behind him. He does need to get more farms though because he's on the same farm count and a tier 2 behind.
Yeah,
But he is doing, I think, a better play here.
lots of...
Ooh, Arilou doing some cells and stuff.
Okay, Arilou getting up to more tier 2. Arilou's build is starting to look a little bit better. Melvin needs some more farms here.
Yeah. I think Melvin's in a good spot if he drops 3 or 4 more farms right now.
Instead, he's
I
getting
don't know if he really
double
needs to
cam
say
now.
even on. Yeah, so this is where I start to go. I don't know because Melvin is just slower on his tier 2 right now. All of his tier 2 are building, whereas Arilou's are pretty much already out. And this is where I start to go. I would rather just have farms right now if I'm Melvin, but he just needs more farms. He's 3 farms behind, even on tier 2.
This might work out, though. If Melvin wants to push with all these cams, he's going to have a really strong army. And honestly, Arilou's army right now looks really vulnerable to me. Like, yeah, it's a lot of Falcons, and those things die quick. I mean, Melvin's looking
true.
good if he just pushes with these cams.
Once 3 pop out,
Yeah.
right, in like 5 seconds or
And
something.
look, now he's going to wrap
Keep
up his
wasting that
farms,
happen.
and then he's got a great opportunity to move out.
I will say a couple Falcons are about to pop for Arilou. Once he's at 5 or 6 Falcons, it starts to get really hairy
Yeah.
for the Melvinfro push here. So he's gonna just play defensively, dropping up to 16 farms. There we go. Everyone's, well, no, 12 farms. It's been 5 minutes, but everyone's finally saturated that second mill.
Okay, so yeah, like you said, now now that weakness is kind of going away because you start getting to critical mass of Falcons here. And Arilou really low on tier 1. It's to respect the Skunks, essentially. But the Skunks will still help take those cams out a little bit faster.
Yeah, I mean, Melvinfro on low numbers of Skunks, really just to help keep that tier 1 count low.
Yeah. Third base here.
It is, I mean, in a lot of armies, people don't know this. I mean, like mass Falcons, it's the main DPS of the army is the squirrels, right? And a lot of stuff is just to supplement that DPS. And so Skunks can keep that like a low number. They may not get a ton of value, but just simply by existing in the army, they can get their value just by forcing them to not be able to go up to like 30 squirrels, right?
Yeah, that's a good observation. And Arilou's not gonna see it. Bro, no way.
One time, easy.
Oh my god. You know,
okay.
Melvin needed that though. I'm a biased caster right now. I am rooting for Melvin at this moment. Like I want to see.
Is it 4-1 right now?
It's 5-1.
Oh wait, are you sure? Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's 5-1. So Melvin really needs a win here.
Yeah. Wow.
You can double check your replay folder if you want, but I'm pretty sure this is game number 7. Oh, Cams sniped that third base.
Melvinfro. Wow, striking back.
Melvinfro looking hot right now. He's about to get that wolf paid for. There it is.
Love to see it.
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
No way, Melvin, don't do this.
Dude, those cams just like walked on top of each other.
They're giving each other high fives as they go by each other. That's excellent.
Melvin needs to stop Arilou from moving out. Just for a little bit longer. Arilou's ready to go though. He's still never scouted the wolf, but the wolf needs what, 20 more seconds? This is not the worst ledge with all these falcons to kind of put up shop. Okay, Arilou's still sniffing around and he's not gonna see it. Oh, this is so good for Melvin.
Dies. Yeah, and so I don't think Arilou, I genuinely don't think he knows that there is the wolf.
Yeah, he has no idea.
I don't think he knows, yeah. Like, he doesn't, I don't think he might suspect there's some tier 3, but he really has no idea what it is.
And Melvin is geared up for the base race, taking every structure on his side of the map.
Yeah, and he's got the wolf out, and this is the timing he needs. He's down on falcons, but this is, with the wolf buff, he could make it happen, especially if the falcons are wolf buffed, which he's doing.
I think Arilou can hear the wolf yelling.
Yeah, I think he knows now. He's trying to push in, though. Melvinfro can
Melvin!
Try some
watch out, your positioning!
Melvin, please. Melvin, please. Okay, losing the mill, unfarmed, of course. So here comes the fight. Both players gonna go for it. Arilou, Cam on top of everything. Is the wolf buff enough is the question. Here it is. Still lots of falcons alive for Arilou. And it looks like he's gonna win this fight. Wolf stays alive, which is nice, but so many falcons still surviving the fight for Arilou.
Dang.
Man, it still wasn't enough.
That falcon count is what it's all about here. And Melvinfro makes some quick, smart sells. Now, the good news is that did not decide the game. That was a very similar engagement there. You know, Arilou did come out on top a little bit, but not by enough to push in and win. So Melvin, gearing towards more falcons, more cams, still has a wolf. He needs to let that wolf just kind of buff his economy for a little bit, try to get ahead that way. Yeah, I was surprised that Arilou did so good in that fight. You know, falcons really make a big difference.
Yeah, I guess so. They're pretty much even on farms. Melvinfro down by 1, but, you know, it's kind of short term.
Well, he does have the campfire, so that does even it out.
Oh, true. There you go. They're evened up. But the falcon count is a little less here for Melvin. All things considered, pretty even armies here. Plus, Melvin has the wolf buff. I feel like on paper, he should be in a good spot. The snake, though, definitely counts. Oh, Arilou gonna move in.
Okay.
Does Melvin have what it takes here? So many cams fighting in the middle. This is looking better for Melvin. I think he's got this.
Much better engagement for Melvin here.
I think Melvin's got this.
He needs to keep the wolf alive, and he does.
One stick would have been brutal there, but wolf stays alive. Still 4 falcons, and this he should go for this third bill. He does. He's gonna go take it out.
Speedy boys coming over super fast.
Oh man, and as soon the farms are going to fallow on Arilou's second mill, and that's going to leave him starving without a third mill to expand to. So really nice counterattack here from Melvin. He's up 7-3 farms, and this is kind of the play. This is the position Melvin really, really likes to be in. Yeah,
that second fight went much, much better for Melvin there, and it really had a lot to do with positioning. You know, one of the weird things about Tooth and Tail is how important positioning is. You know, your units,
Right.
the concave versus convex, you know, your units being on tiles rather than trying to look for a tile. Like, all those things can make an enormous difference in the fight. And that's, you know, when Arilou attacked down, you know, Melvin's feet were on the ground already. He was ready to go. The wolf was buffing the right units, and just a good engagement. So Arilou's got one last hurrah on him here.
He's starving. This is his last chance to make something happen. And he's going up against a wolf with like a third of the army right now.
Yeah.
So
No falcons. That's the big thing for Arilou. He's got
Yeah.
only 2. So as long as Melvin, you know, is patient, I really don't see an avenue for Arilou to win this outside of a base race. But you know, even that just
Melvin's
seems
got
like
that covered too.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go.
So
Last
I think
push.
Melvin's directing his stand. He's gonna go for it.
A lot of
Still lots
chameleons.
of cannons here for Arilou. They are doing a great job, but once they fall, then the rest of this glass cannon army crumbles. Doesn't even wait for the army to die. Arilou taps out.
GG. All right, Melvinfro crawling his way back in this series, putting a point on the board.
Yep. There we go. 5-2 now. We got to keep this momentum going, right? If you lose another game, that's match point.
Okay,
You do
looks
not wanna
like
be
Melvin has requested a break, so we are gonna take a break. Players, please do not until I say go go. So yeah, let's all take a break here, catch our breath, and we will be back here shortly.
All right.
Alright, everybody. We are coming back from break here. And I need to unmute Mr. Olive. Alright, there you go. Yep, we got you loud.
Here I am. Alright, excellent. Wait, could you not hear me during the break?
No, I muted you. Because it's on the stream, like, I don't know, just for like production value. Because I'm muted, you know what I mean?
Man, I was saying some stuff.
Oh, we missed it. Well, you know,
live.
if we well, okay, we'll save that rant for a boring early game. But in the bottom, Melvin with Boar Wolf and Arilou up top of the same deck. So, what's your take so far? 5-2.
I love the Melvinfro switch up. I've been waiting for Boar Wolf the whole series. This is Sasha's expertise. Sasha claims that this is like the best tier 3 comp, maybe besides Badger Owl. This is what I was So when I say I was screaming when I was muted earlier, I was just talking about what to call Badger Owl. Is it owl? Is it bowl?
Bowl? I don't know. I don't like Bowl. Like, that sounds
It can't be Bowl, right? Like
Owl-ladger?
Owlager? Yeah.
Owlager?
Maybe
Owlager.
Owlager's not bad.
Yeah.
I don't know. Someone will workshop that. They'll come back to us with the final decision. Yeah. Oh man.
Pretty short map this time around.
Yeah, very short rush distance. Kind of some weird terrain, like one central choke point.
Is this a path? This is a path.
Yeah, it is. But like the craziest ninja path ever.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if you're like attacking into that. Like,
well, I mean,
this is like a lizard attack point.
Yeah, this is tough for Arilou to actually attack into, or either side.
There's a bull rush here, by the way.
Oh, here we go.
For Arilou, he's gonna get this. He's gonna need to sell this. So Arilou getting a little more aggressive here with the moles. Definitely putting pressure on Melvin. So this is the point where Melvin might just want to start going for 7 farm single, which is essentially what he's doing, by the way.
Lost a lot of money off that. I think he only sold the Warren for 34, and he only got 15 back from the mole. So
was a pig shooting the Warren? That's crazy.
I don't know. Like it was.
That's a huge negative trade.
Yeah, like that was actually really good for Melvin.
Okay. Well, Arilou moving to cams early versus the expansion from Melvin, now taking a mill.
Pretty on brand for both players. Yeah, Melvin wanted the 2 farms, but decides it's a little crazy.
Melvin probably sells a tier 1 here. Grab a tier 2. No, gonna just stay into squirrels here. So kind of setting the tech race behind, gonna move into farms instead.
Yeah, this is a really interesting map because this main choke is just god-awful for either side. You know, and there are actually other attack paths. Like, you could come all the way around here, you could go all the way around that way as well. But it's a little crazy to do that.
It's possible Arilou could come from the north side. That's possible for sure.
Cam in position.
Also, kind of looking for a cam snipe. He could get this if Melvinfro doesn't smell it. He probably will get this. Melvinfro's out of base.
This is a dead
It's only
pig.
1 cam. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Can he get the cam? Oh, he's not even gonna try for it. All right. Well, that's kind of sucks for Melvin. You're gonna lose a pig again, and again, not gonna buy the pig, even though it's a 9 wheat pig. Like,
actually,
probably rebuy this one.
I actually agree with this because for one, that pig is very vulnerable to just get cam sniped again, and for 2, it's like you have so many new farms. Like, why buy? Even though it's not that farmed, you know what I mean? Like,
True.
you're gonna spend $60, you might as well just get a fresh one right now.
That's fair. I think later in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think he should stay on 15. Though.
I agree. Yeah, if we go to 16 farm angle, it'd be dumb if Melvin's just on 15 versus 16 from Arilou.
Yeah, if it's like a 2 wheat farm, it's probably not important to take. But it's just like a fresh farm. This is the one that got rushed, so it's definitely a fresh farm.
Yeah. So I do agree. I think he should take that and go back to 16. Arilou
getting spawn trapped to the back there for a couple seconds.
Yeah, was gonna send some cams over, decided against it.
Okay, but gonna go home. Dropping a wolf in the back is Arilou with that early tier 3, the first time really. Well, I guess it's a 16 farm tier 3. It's just a fast tier 3 because we've been moving so fast with these farms. So great scout there from Melvin. This is a super short map. Doesn't really have the tier 2 to put pressure on right now. So we'll see. Yeah, he's gonna drop his own wolf. I think this is the right call.
Wolf over the boar. Do both. Do both.
Oh,
yeah. That's what he should have done that one game. You know.
Let's go. Okay, this is it. This is what.
But Arillou's gonna see everything right here. There's no way he doesn't scout it.
He's gonna see the wolf and go, okay, I saw the tier 3. He's gonna go home. But he doesn't know about the boar. He's not even gonna think about a second tier 3. Oh man. And so he's just gonna wait, and he's gonna push in, expecting it's gonna be wolf on wolf.
This is so stressful. Because what if Arilou attacks like right before, and then $360 is in a boar that's not doing anything? Like, the wolf has a significant advantage. Like,
It's 20 seconds behind at least for Melvin's wolf.
If Arilou attacks right when his wolf is done...
And he could, he's really pumping up
Oh,
these
he
cams. He
doesn't
could
see
just
the
move in with
board.
cams. Oh, again, one tile off! That is a really trend here. I do feel a little bad for Arilou, even though he's up so much. He has missed like 3 or 4 tier 3s off one tile.
Okay. Boar is bought and paid for. So the question is, can Melvin somehow...
But he's at least 20 seconds behind.
Yeah, can Melvin somehow dissuade Arilou from attacking right when the wolf comes out? And he still has not
I think
seen
Melvin
the
should
board.
just spam moles right now. Like, he just needs to be defensive. Oh no, Arilou's not going to push in though. He's going for farms
He's got the third base.
and a ninja. Melvin's so good. Look at that. He scouts it instantly.
Yeah, cams will come take care of that.
Yeah, no problem at all.
But the cams are out of
And his tier 3
position.
going to come out. Yeah, I don't know if he should do this right now. Maybe waiting for those tier 3 to come out would be
I
a
think
little
he'll
safer.
be fine. And Arilou still does not see the boar.
Yeah, so nice pick up there from Melvin.
Melvinfro's gonna
Not
get away
allowing
with
that
it.
ninja.
He's gonna get
very
away
nice.
with it. And here come the moles.
Okay, Melvin going aggressive here. He's got the comp he wants. Why not? Go for it. Let's do
There's
it.
no snakes for Arilou.
True. He's just on cams, and the boar eats cams alive in this patch. Yeah, I mean the boar bomb does 15 or 16 in this patch, I think. Or no, 18. I think it does 18, which is almost like more than half of a cam's health. Like it absolutely destroys chameleons. Look, I don't think he even knows the boar exists, and now he sees the boar and he goes, "Uh-oh!"
Yeah, everybody's so clumped
He's in
up
enough
too.
those stupid cams.
That board
All
dealing
the cams
so
dead
much
at the
damage
board.
to everything.
Oh my goodness.
The wolf
Yeah,
goes
the wolf.
down.
Oh, the wolf goes down for Melvin. He's trying to save this boar. He's gonna save the boar. Can he get the wolf here for Arilou?
Oh my
Probably
god, the
not.
wolf Oh, the flamethrower!
No way. That is ridiculous.
Okay, the easy
now he's got
goal is
pressure.
sell the wolf.
Yeah, yeah.
Sell the wolf, let your boar heal a little bit. No, oh no, he's gonna double.
Oh,
both
they're
of them
both
double down on
rebuying
the
it.
wolf. These
I
mad
think
lads.
he put the pressure on right now. He's got the advantage with that tier 3 right now. I think he just needs to put the pressure on. Just go, go, go. Which is what he's doing.
Oh, this is so hype, dude. Dude, that boar got so much value in that choke. That was so dope, man.
He like single-handedly killed like 8 cams.
Yeah,
by
all the
himself.
cams, all the squirrels just getting roasted. Lots of moles here. But Melvin doesn't have a ton of units that shoot up, and the Falcon numbers are increasing. So, Arilou also
would
has
love
the
to see-
economic advantage. Arilou is not out of this fight.
Definitely not. I think Melvinfro really needs to push in as soon as this wolf comes out, and I think he's planning to do that. I think once this wolf hits, he's going to move in, and that will jump his army graph up significantly with that double tier 3.
Yeah, but the wolf will be here as
They're
well for
trying to
Arilou.
move into Falcons, but they're not going to hit in time once this
I was
wolf
gonna
hits.
say, Melvin's gotta get some farms going. He knows he's 4 farms behind.
Wolf is here. He needs to get the buff on the right stuff, and I think just go. Boar is pretty much healed up.
Yeah,
It's going to be
Boar's
so
looking
integral
good.
in this fight.
Oh, the
Also,
boar got the
hitting
buff!
the opponent's base. Oh my goodness, for some reason. Oh, he's just going to kite with it, losing 20 HP. Eh.
Alright, we throw some farms down. That mill has a lot of HP on it too. It's been around for long enough. He's really trying to bait the Falcons in with this board.
Yeah. Kind of playing a dance with death right now. He's just dropping farms, so he's playing this defensive game. Such a close army position for both players. Both with like their third mills right in front. Whoever gets these mills and whoever gets the army trade is going to win this game. Oh, he's trying to poke with this board. It's a good idea, but if he loses it, he's in huge trouble because he's down on the Falcon count. And as this game goes on, now he's falling further and further behind in that Falcon count. I'm getting a little bit more worried for Melvinfro here.
Yeah, so many Falcons here for Arilou. The more Falcons are part of the composition, the less the board even matters. And here we go. That choke is so good for the boar. The boar trying to get back onto the enemy squirrels annihilates everything. That boar bomb was massive. He just needs to get the third base here, and this might be matched for Melvin.
I think he should clean up his mill. Like, he should be able to.
Yeah. Oh my god. That boar bomb was so good, dude.
That was a four player's dream.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, this choke for the boar, like, both engagements were absolutely insane.
Arilou's starving. All Melvin needs to do, he may not know this, but just needs to like pressure this mill, and he just can't. He'll just starve out.
Yeah, no more boars coming out for Melvin. Yeah, Melvin just needs to defend this third base. That's really it. Arilou is panicking right now. Arilou's got to come in and return the favor.
He's got lots of cams, I will say. Arilou's got 5 cams versus none. He could take out this mill. He's got so many wolf buff cams.
Yeah, does he
Humble
try to
coming
dive
down
in?
from
There's a lot of moles here to
Go
body
for it.
block.
I don't know if Arilou has enough here. He's got so many cams. Is it enough?
Oh my god, Arilou is crushing through. He pulls back a little bit.
Oh, don't lose this mill. Don't lose this
All
mill.
the units are gone for Melvin!
And the wolf.
No way.
No.
No way. What a
No
match.
way. Wow.
Arilou is going to pull this one out of thin air.
That's incredible.
That's so insane. Where did Melvin go wrong there?
Wait, stop. Arilou's tapped.
Oh, Arilou tapped. You're right.
Wait, what?
Melvinfro won.
Why? Wait, was that a DC? I don't understand. Arilou taps out?
He tapped out. We're already in the next game. I mean, I guess that's a point for Melvin.
Oh. Okay, Melvin won, I guess. What?
Weird.
Am I crazy? Wow, okay, well, Melvin takes it. He was in a good spot, but I felt like he lost all his army there.
Yeah, I don't know. I
At
mean,
least kept trying a little bit, I feel like.
Arilou tapped. I mean, that's all, you know? That is what it is.
That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, wow, I'm in shock after that game, but I guess we're moving on, just like that.
Yeah.
Didn't phase the players at all.
I know, I was gonna like talk to them, but they just hopped into the next one so quickly. I'm watching the replay a little bit on on the second screen here. Yeah, weird, but I mean, the game ends when one player eliminates all the structures or one player leaves. And Arilou.
Oh, you know what happened? Arilou starved out.
Oh my god!
Arilou starved out.
Oh my god, that's crazy!
Oh,
holy!
now I understand.
Dude!
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm
was like,
watching.
what?
Yeah, so the
Why?
stream's on 90-second delay, and
Oh,
we're watching the
10 seconds
replay right now.
left.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Yeah, watch
now
it.
I get it.
7,
I was
6.
so confused. I'm like, what? Why would he tap out? 4 seconds. Oh my goodness.
Dude,
no
that's
way.
so awesome. That's the best game of the series.
That is so awesome.
That was insane, man.
Wow. Really incredible.
Yeah, it confused us. We weren't even looking at the starvation timer. We were just so
I was like,
in
oh.
shock that Arilou managed to wipe the army, kill the third base.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
yeah.
everyone in chat.
Yeah,
is
everyone
telling
in
us
chat
what
like
happened.
immediately sees it.
Okay.
I know they're gonna be like,
Alright, guys.
"You guys are, yeah, you bozo casters." Okay,
Yeah,
I know.
we're about to realize in like 3, 2, 1 on the cast. And we're like, everyone knows, and we're like, okay.
Everyone saw it before we did. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's so funny. Well, I guess I'll try to get my head in this new game here before I get.
Hey, that's
too
a
checked.
that's a really nice campfire here for Arilou. Just let's go right up to 9 farms instead of 8.
Yeah, that's very convenient for him. Don't even have to go to the grocery store. Just got some farm in his backyard. There you go. Oh, losing a
Oh,
squirrel.
that feels
Big
bad.
mistake here for.
Right on the
Big
big
mistake.
screen.
Should be
Everybody
game
saw
over there.
that. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that should be GG. I'd like to see the tap at this point, just for Schwartzman. Like
Arilou needs to be in the casual league next season. He gets kicked out
Definitely
of
low
Premier.
intermediate. Losing a squirrel to a campfire.
All right, so
Dude, even this first time Shatter is telling us he starved out.
I know.
He's not.
Yeah, everybody saw it immediately, but me and you were just like,
know.
huh? What happened?
What did he do? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Okay.
5-3,
Nice.
guys. We're in this next one here. Cam opening from both sides. Cam Eco opening really from both sides. So far, pretty even, really. Melvin selling that farm off a little bit worried that he might be being too greedy. Does Melvin know about the campfire? He does. Melvin's always just very great due diligence on scouting, I feel like.
Yeah, he's always good at scouting, unless Arilou's moving out across the map. Then he seems to forget about scouting.
Yeah, yeah. Unless it's Arilou finding the right angle to
Yeah.
attack in.
Yeah. But when it comes to finding, like getting the completion achievement for finding every tile on the map,
Yeah.
Melvin's
Yeah, look
really
at him.
good
Like
at
he's
that.
doing it over here. He's just checking all that out.
No, he'll never miss a tier 3. He always knows
Yeah.
what's happening.
Really good map,
just
by the
in
way,
position.
for Melvin. I feel like for a lot of reasons. Again, for one, the narrative that we're trying to paint here. Oh, by the way, woof. Scratch my my rambling. We got
yeah.
real stuff to talk about now.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, but he sells it. Okay, so didn't even see it. But yeah, so Melvin. Okay, now Melvin's gonna put the wolf down. He wanted to wait till the scouting was gone, and he goes with the boar instead, which is actually pretty great against
Okay.
all these squirrels.
Yeah, also he can push, that front line is on Arilou's second mill. If he takes the boar, the fight into that second mill with the boar bomb, just a really great, you
Yeah.
have to have a boar on
Yeah.
rather than a wolf, I'd say.
So Arilou's got to play a 2-base game, number one, which is really stressful.
Mm-hmm.
There's no opportunity to go to 3-base, which is just fine, by the way. Most games are 2-base games anyways. But I think the more important thing here is that Arilou can't be clever with attack paths. Like, it's really just this one path, right? And Melvin, like, there's no reason Melvin should be out of position.
No, he's going to see it coming. Now, Arilou does have a nice farm advantage here. He's up 4 farms, right?
Yeah.
With the campfire. Yeah, adding in a 5th farm with the second campfire. But yeah, it is definitely nice. Melvinfro doesn't have to worry about any sneak attacks. Of course, his naturals are in front, so as we were talking about earlier, that can be rough. If you lose that natural in an attack, then you can be in a really, really bad spot. But he knows where it's coming from, right? As long as he's scouting, as long as he knows it's coming. And at this point, Melvinfro, again, with an unseen badger. He hasn't, or sorry, with a boar. Has he seen the boar? Wait, check.
He has not seen the boar.
Yeah, I didn't think so. So, Arilou dropping moles, about to be in for a rude awakening in about 15 seconds. Unless he pushes first. Melvinfro, go home, please.
All right.
So he needs to hold on for 10 seconds before the spore comes out. What a timing attack.
This happens to me in every game that I ever play.
He's sacrificing the mill?
The opponent just kind of knows I'm getting a tier 3 somehow. And to be fair, like, Arilou has really good game sense. He saw the delayed farms, right? Like, he knows that you're doing something else with your money. And
so the boar is here now, but he didn't lose that mill. Really tough spot, but he's gonna take out this army. This boar is such a good unit to have right now. And actually, this army here from Melvin is a killer army.
Yeah, Melvin could easily return the favor, and he has to do it right now. He cannot wait. He needs to just go ahead and kill this
snake
mill.
Here. The snake is dangerous for this boar.
Okay, mill's gonna go down in a heartbeat.
But can he do some damage here with this boar? I think this is now the time to do some damage.
Yeah, that boar's not gonna leave you
saving your boar.
You need to kill all the squirrels.
I think take some tier 2 warrens with you.
Yep, try to keep the falcons alive. One falcon's
gonna
live.
Save. No, I think it goes. Yep, Tag takes it out.
Alright, Arilou's got the campfires though.
So here's the scrappy game we wanted, everyone, okay?
Yeah.
Everyone's on 2 farms. Nobody can pay for their tier 3.
Well, Arilou's on 4 though, because he's got the campfires.
Oh, true. So this is where those campfires really start to matter.
Yeah.
Right? He has double the economy that Melvinfro has right now. And Melvin's trying to take it out, but I don't know if he really has the opportunity at this point to like let a cam go out and take out a fire.
He is gonna get that
because Arilou's on his front line. But he kind of needs his cam here right now.
Yeah, but he's got to kill that. You know what I mean? It's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. And here we go. Arilou's gonna crack in again.
Melvinfro's starving, and I don't think this is enough for Melvinfro. He's just gonna. No, this isn't enough. He taps.
All right, there it is. GG.
Wow.
We're on match point here. Arilou up 6-3.
Match point. My goodness.
Yeah, that attack was just so smart from Arilou. And again, like Melvin's army really should have been in position a little better at the beginning of that as well. But you know, again, 360 food into boar that wasn't there. And although Arilou never actually scouted the boar, I'm sure he knew, right? Because the farms were late. Let's see, we got some DMs. Okay, Arilou was thinking he'd already won there. Maybe he thinks he won that game. He starved. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, dude, I thought he did for a second there.
All right, Melvinfro on his last life. Arilou will become. Is it unprecedented? Anybody in the chat who doesn't mind? You know, Arilou winning 3, is that more than anyone ever has? I think so.
I don't think anyone's won 3 before. Yeah, because there was a chance for Mishi to do it, but he lost to Tatanka, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like the Gentleman's won 2. Mishi's probably won 2.
Mishi's won 2. Tatanka's won 2.
Yeah.
And Arilou's won 2, I think. I think that's the whole list as it goes.
Yeah. So does
Melvin
Melvin join the Deuce Club, or is Arilou the first triple triad here?
I guess we'll have to see. And Melvinfro really taking some time on this decision.
Shad move.
So interesting.
Shad move.
No, I love it.
All right, in the top.
He's trying to try to take.
On his last life at the mines, Melvinfro, and in the bottom, Arilou. Same deck the entire match. Entire series, I should say. Nice big map.
Yep.
And
I don't mind this at all.
It looks a little Melvin favored.
Yeah, for sure. He's got a pretty nice 3.
Yeah.
Arilou's probably going to be on 2.
Yeah.
I do think Melvinfro has the favor in this map. He should be able to take this. He's got a nice... But the problem is he's running the same deck as Arilou, but it's worse in the late game. You know what I mean? Actually, this is Arilou's old deck, by the way, with the mines. This is what he ran all of like 2 championships ago.
Yeah.
Which is what Melvin's running now. So he has a better late game side, but a worse late game deck, just slightly, but just a little bit.
I love the mines. I'm not sure how practiced Melvin is with mines, but against Cam, Mole, Squirrel, you know, these units tend to clump up a lot. A couple mines can get a ton of value.
For sure. And in these fights where they're even like kind of units, same units, little edges can mean a lot.
Yeah, and one thing that's interesting about mines is that Arilou will not expect it, right? Like I've always said, especially when mines were a lot bigger part of the meta, is the strongest mine is the first mine, right? Because Tooth and Tail is a game where you have a limited deck. You have no idea what your opponent chose, unless you're kind of, you know, easy to read like Arilou is. Melvinfro knows exactly what Arilou's deck is, for example, just because he's played the exact same thing 9 games in a row. But yeah, there's no way Arilou would expect mines. So
right,
this could be enormous. You know, you throw down 4 mines right where Arilou is gonna, I don't know, like right here or something, right when he's coming in to attack, and then all of a sudden, you annihilate his army.
It can happen like that. It's happened to me plenty of times.
Oh, yeah.
It can happen to anyone, and he hasn't run mines the entire series.
Yep.
So I mean, really, these are the unexpected of unexpected mines. Like, there's no way Arilou sees this coming, and so Melvinfro really needs to make them count. You know, you can't just put down a random scouting mine, because if it gets scouted, then he's lose all that element of surprise.
Yep. Exactly. Maybe later in the game you can be a little cheeky with mines like that, but you want the first minefield to really make a big impact.
And he's keeping above in the farms right now, which I really like. I want to see him more on that farm lead. He's kind of been on that back foot, I feel, in the series to Arilou, and I want to see him lead a little bit more.
But Arilou has just been doing so good on his build orders. I mean, look at the position we're in. I mean, Arilou's clearly got the better build right now. Who's selling these off? He needs to be careful. Oh. Okay, but
did he see them?
He might not actually see them. You know what I mean?
I don't know. He might get the minimap. True, yeah. He might get the minimap icon, but he may not actually. Oh, he sees the minimap. So yeah, he should know there's a mine here.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah, he does know, but Cams can't kill him. He's just gonna take the tank hit.
Okay.
Pick up 20 food for free. Okay, so Hogwash with the unexpected surprise thing we were talking about, that's gone. But they're still a useful tool. Don't get me wrong. It's not like they're useless now.
Yep.
Mines are still really good.
So, in worst case scenario, you don't get a lot of value out of them. I mean, it's only 1 deck slot. It was interesting for Melvin to try something new. I still wish that he would like try that Badger build, but maybe he's scared off it because of snakes, and he's like, you know, it's just not worth it. I don't know.
Hey, I don't know. So Arilou getting to a 3rd base here, he's gonna drop a lot of farms instantly, I think.
And this is gonna prompt Melvin to build some moles here.
9 moles, that's a big deal in this army comp right now. Lots of squirrels here for Arilou, but not really enough, I'd say. Does he know?
Is Arilou trying to be a little bit of a bait boy here? He only builds 1 farm. He wanted to build 3, changed his mind, and he's getting his own moles.
It feels like he wants to move out, but also farm at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
he's being very careful about the mines now. You know?
Yeah. Melvinfro floating 280 food, by the way. Not the most optimal decisions here. Probably wants to get a 3rd mill here to spend that food somewhere.
Yeah, but he's gotta defend this push. You know, it's not the worst thing in the world to have some food right now, because he's just gonna get sucked into some new army. As long as he doesn't get ran over in this engagement.
Here comes the fight. I don't know. Arilou looks really good in this fight. Mines go off. Take the cam with him, but I think that's.
Okay, the cams go down.
Really nice pickup. That's really important for Melvin. He's gonna defend this, I think, and he's not gonna lose too much.
Yeah,
so actually really, really nice here for Melvin. Yeah. Look at the blood on. Oh man, the bloodbath right there. Yeah, so it's actually okay for Arilou. I mean, it's good for Melvin. He takes the trade, but Arilou's ahead in farms, so you don't want to take trades right now. Yeah. So here comes the 2nd fight, and it looks like Arilou has a clear advantage in this fight to me.
Cam's here for Melvin though. We'll help out a little bit. Melvin is trying to desperately get some farms up.
He just needs to be on the front line though. He just can't afford to be away right now. He's got more cams, I'll say that. He's got 3 versus 2, but so few squirrels compared to Arilou. This fight should be okay though, I think, for Melvin. He's got the cam. Yeah, he's gonna run over.
So many squirrels, Melvin!
This is really, really good here. He can pressure this mill, I think. He's got a third
He's
cam
thinking
on the
about
right.
it. He decides against
He's
it.
not gonna go for it. I think he could have got 1 or 2 picks there, but it's probably safe to
I
just go
think
back
he
home.
could have blasted through it, but
Yeah.
that's what he needed. He needs to build some farms. And all of a sudden, Melvin is back in this.
Yeah, so he's back up to the farm count. He did lose some value because he was behind in farms for a while, so keep that in mind. But he definitely won that last fight pretty handily, and that was the razor's edge. If he lost that fight, that was GG. That was the match. That was the series right there.
It's over.
Yep.
We go home, we pack it up.
I'm gonna go eat lunch.
Yeah.
Like.
Premier League's over until someone decides to organize the next one. Melvin needs more farms though, unless he's just not, unless he wants to push. Let's see.
So he's up. Yeah, he needs to just fully saturate the space, I think.
Good.
Dropping a ton. Oh, no, never mind.
Good scout from Arilou here. Yeah, both players getting pretty clean scouts. Yeah, Melvin just needs to rail these down here. There he goes. Okay.
Yeah, he does it. Again, it's a little slow, though, right?
But
Arilou
this is
on
where
7
Melvin
farms
can
here.
get the advantage, is he has access to a 4th base and Arilou doesn't.
And that's where he needs the advantage, right? Arilou, he's been given time. He's up to more. He's actually passed Melvin in the cam count now, and he's looking to extend that lead.
Oh, he's got significant cam lead. But you know what's interesting
wow.
is that there's not much that Arilou can do to avoid the mines, right? Like.
Oh, he's tried this.
Oh,
no!
Oh my god.
Oh, it's disaster.
Okay, only one cam goes down.
Can he save them? He might
yeah,
lose
he
them.
saves them.
No, he saves them. Okay, this is not game over.
Okay. Oh, he scouts the
mines here.
minefield.
Oh, that's really rough here for Melvinfro.
I think Melvin's just fine though. He's got so many moles.
Can he hold on? It's such a close
Alright, here's the
fight.
push.
He's got a lot of cams here for Arilou. Here goes the fight.
I think Melvin's got this. He's got so many moles. Like, they're soaking up so much damage. The squirrels are able to deal a ton of DPS from the back, and Melvin's going to push Arilou away.
Oh, and he's getting a lot of good retreating fights. He needs to push now. He needs to take value.
Yeah, he's got to get something done.
He's getting Warren cells, which is nice. Here comes the second return fight. Melvinfro not really focusing fire very well. Oh,
he's trying to set up a concave.
Really bad fight.
Okay.
And Arilou going to push their counterattack back. A little bit of an overextension there. Takes 1 farm.
Not the end of the world. Yeah,
no,
he gets a little bit done. Second bases are starting to fallow out, though.
Yeah, he's into 18 moles right now.
I don't hate it, to be honest. It worked pretty well.
Yeah, he's up against Matt Squirrel, so you know what? Run it up. I love it. It won you that last fight.
Yeah, if Arilou's got a big cam advantage right here, right now. And Melvin just has got to crack into that 4th base. I think that's how he wins this game.
Does. Yes, that's his way of coming back and making this happen, because further and further ahead, Arilou just keeps dropping more cams and keeps getting that tech advantage. And eventually the tech will beat just Mass Mole. Let's see, what is... Yeah, Arilou thinks there's a 4th. He might go down south to the 4th. But there actually isn't. So yeah, he's going to go check the 4th. He thinks there's probably one there, but there actually isn't, so...
Melvin sees where the army is. Arilou can grab this cabin.
Yeah, not a bad pickup here for Arilou. I don't know if he'll even take it. No, he leaves it. Melvinfro doesn't really know what's coming here. He's a little worried there's a south attack coming.
He's so out of position.
But he's super in the wrong spot. He just needs to know... Oh my goodness. It's ringing around the rosy.
This is so scary for both players.
I know. If any player catches the other one off guard...
Okay, now he knows where the army is. He needs to bring his guys back over.
Honestly, Melvin, with so many moles here, in a really good spot in this fight, I think.
In the mines, the threat of the mines is really slowing Arilou down.
Yeah, 21 versus 4 moles here.
Moles, dude. This is
I know,
insane.
yeah, this is... I don't think he
All right, Arilou's gonna go in.
Oh, here he goes. Here he goes. Arilou moves in. He's the one to do it. A lot of moving units here for Melvinfro, and all the cams are still alive. He's running over everything. Oh my goodness, Arilou, I think, is your new tournament champion. No, he goes home.
Oh my gosh.
Melvinfro sends him home.
Yeah,
this is such a close game.
That critical mass of chameleons was insane. Melvin's really got to get up to some more, but the problem is the economies are a little bit tight, you know, trying to afford, you know, respawning 30 tier 1 all the time. You know, I think Melvin just needs some more squirrels at this point. That's really what he's low on. I think he's fine, like 4 versus 8 cams. I mean, obviously you want more cams, but like, how do you have the time or the money for that? Like, he just needs...
Yeah, at this point, he's just behind by 4 cams, which is a really not a good spot to be in.
But Arilou did get the 3rd base faster, and now all of a sudden Arilou's economy is behind.
Melvinfro, only with 2 cams produced right now, he's behind by quite a lot in tech.
Yeah.
Is this enough for him to hold? He needs to hold. And given time, he'll be able to move into this 4th, but he just needs to hold this position right here, right now. I thought he lost the game 3 times.
I know.
Like, all these fights, but he keeps holding on.
It's been such a crazy match.
I know.
He needs some
And
mines,
Arilou
man.
wants to push him. I think he really does. He could get so much value, like with a couple good mine hits right now. Look, Arilou's not even checking. He could, if imagine mines are there, boom, boom, boom. Let's
Oh,
see.
this is so stressful.
Oh man, I know. I'm really worried. Arilou with a lot of squirrels now. He's inside the base of Melvinfro now, so this is where the mills start to come in with a good tanking. All the cams out of position here for Arilou. Is this a good spot for Melvin?
Melvin gets his cams on top of the enemy squirrels, though, splitting up the cams for Melvin. Melvin's.
Is this enough for Melvinfro? Still so many cams alive for Arilou, and he saves all of them.
Yeah,
So
good pullback for Arilou. That's a good point. That was a very strong. You can see by the army graph, the last couple of fights have been pretty Arilou favored. And keeping those cams alive, now they're taking a bath, they're getting full HP. And what's the next move for Melvin? The economy is even. Keep in mind, Arilou does have that campfire.
Sure. Yep.
I think this is it. I think Arilou might be your 2024 champion. Let's see, he's trying to find the right angle.
Right now. He can take out these user
So many
ones.
squirrels.
I think this is it. I don't know if Melvin has a way back from this. He needs to make this mill tanking be the best tanking I've ever seen. Here we go.
He's trying to find the right angle to get his cams on the enemy squirrels, but there's just no cams left here anymore. And GG, Arilou!
GG's, game over.
He's gonna take the series 7-3. What a match. Man. Some crazy games there.
Wow, yeah, that was incredible. Oh my goodness. Wow, so Arilou gonna take it again in the run back versus Melvin. GG's around. That's crazy. So the final score is what, 7-3?
7-3. And Arilou will be the
7-3.
2024 champion. I don't think I don't know, I don't want to say that. Maybe somebody will get another season going this year, but it'd kind of be like late 2024 into 2025, you know? So I feel like Arilou is going to be the 2024 champion. And you know, what incredible play from Arilou. And I do want to emphasize that a lot. I feel like our cast really, you know, started getting a little biased towards Melvinfro, but the reason was because we wanted to see it go to game 13, right? Like
I know.
We want to see it go all the way. But you know, Arilou with you know, showcasing what I think has always made him one of the strongest players is just he knows how to attack, he knows when to attack. He's very confident. You know, you didn't see him kind of try to change his game plan or change his overall strategic philosophy. You know, he stuck to his guns. He made smart decisions. He was very thorough with his scouting. He was in almost every single game. You know, it was a build order advantage to Arilou. It was Arilou sniping a pig here or there, or Arilou, you know, grabbing a campfire early, or somehow just having a slightly better economy. And all these things add up. And you know, it's interesting because when I think of the GOAT of Tooth and Tail, you know, sometimes I think of some old school guys like Trip from Space or DJ Soak, a little before most folks' times, or even like a Mishi or the Gentleman. But on paper, man, is it Arilou? Like 3 championships. And if you count the amount of other championships where he didn't win, but he got like 2nd or 3rd place as well, like, it's crazy.
Oops, my bad.
What's that?
Hello? I left the call for a second.
Oh, yeah,
sorry.
You're good.
No, I agree. We were harping a lot, like Melvinfro, this, it's just because we wanted to see it keep going. You know, we're not huge Melvin fans in the chat here, but Arilou, he played out of his mind today, and I have to say, every game it felt like it was Melvin's game to come back from, because Arilou just had the build orders down. He was so locked in. It felt like he was always really in a good spot. You know, until a couple games that Melvin was able to take, but yeah, I mean, 7-3, not a particularly close score. It just seems like this is a pretty clear victory for Arilou here.
Yeah, it was really well played. And again, you know, just stuck to his guns. Didn't falter or anything like that. Let's see. I'm talking to Arilou right now. He says he needs to go to work.
Okay.
Okay, he said he's getting ready. So maybe no interview. I was just seeing if he wanted to get on the call.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again, fantastic Tooth and Tail. I think Melvinfro got a little shoved. You know, if I'm being honest, you know, I wish we would have seen him go a little more Badger Owl. But again, it's tough. Like, I understand, to be honest, why he didn't, because you know, how are you gonna put that much money into tier 3s and not have Arilou just build 12 moles and wreck your face? You know, like, Arilou's not the guy who's gonna say, you know, no rush 10. something like that. He's going to be on top of you all game long. So it makes sense that Melvin had to fine-tune that a little bit. Really cool comps out of Melvin. We saw a lot of different Tier 3 combos. We saw him try, experiment with different things, like try some ferrets out, try some mines. But overall,
it wasn't enough, I guess. Every game he won was a double Tier 3 game, and he kept wanting to take it there. But eventually, I think you're right. He got shook, and he's like, okay, I just need to take it to single wolf. He kind of brought it into Arilou's territory.
Yeah.
Which is when he pounced, and he just game after game he took it.
Well, it was down like 4-1 or something, right? Well, it started off like 1-1, and then I think Arilou won the first game, Melvin won the second, and then Arilou just started winning a ton in a row.
I think it was 5-1 at some point.
Yeah. 4-1, 5-1. But then Melvinfro brought it back to 5-3, I believe. So he was kind of closing the gap. And then Arilou with those last couple games. I mean, overall, I feel like Arilou just he's really strong on his ability to kind of tech up and be greedy. He kind of does like everything at once.
Yeah.
So
for real.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot for casting with me, man. It looks like Arilou can't make it. I think he's got to get ready to go to work. 2-hour series. He's probably tired as well. So,
I bet.
Great job by Melvinfro, second place. I'd be curious to kind of tally everything up if anybody's a spreadsheet nerd and wants to do that. Like, how many game if you look at Melvin as well. I mean, yeah, he's only got the one win, but he's got so many. Like, he's in almost like every single top 3 or something.
Right? It feels like he's in every single event. Like every single grand finals I cast, it feels like Melvinfro's there or barely missed out on being there.
Yeah.
Right? He's definitely one of our top 3 players probably of all time. He's up there for sure. And he played well this series, right? The score doesn't necessarily reflect that, but every game felt really close.
Yeah.
And that's not something you can say about everyone who faces Arilou. There's lots of top 2 players who would have just been ran over, but Melvinfro put up a great fight, and you love to see that.
Well, big shout out to everybody behind the scenes as well. Dizon, Epicosity, Kipo, Tatanka. They're usually the guys that help organize these things. Of course, you, Urbane Olive, you covered a lot of games. Jason Blade did as well. I think we've done a really good job of that lately anyways. We don't quite cover every single match, but I think we try our best to cover as much as we can. It's really fun to organize these things. I still think it's crazy in such a small game, 7 years later, like we can still run tournaments that are pretty stable and like 50-60 people come out to play, and it's a lot of fun.
It is ridiculous.
I think the open division fell apart a little bit near the end. I think Epicosity and some other folks got like the what were they calling it, the bonus tournament going instead.
Yeah, that was fun. I played a little bit in that.
Yeah, so
that was good.
So that was kind of I think just it can be tough to get so many people together at once, or in the way that we do these nowadays as well. It's like if one person kind of ghosts, it like destroys the whole group. You know what I mean? And so
yeah, I know.
I feel like that might have happened a little bit in open. So I wouldn't be holding your breath to see like an open grand final or anything. I think that kind of went to sleep this season. But if anybody's interested in organizing the next season, we'll probably kick another one off in a few months or maybe early 2025. Of course, all this stuff, the only reason it happens is because the community. I might be the one streaming it, or you and I might be casting and stuff, but it's really the guys behind the scenes that put this together. They keep the game alive.
All credit to Tatanka and those guys who, because they're in my DMs all the time.
Yep.
Like, yo, Olive, have you played your games yet? Like, they're always on top of it, and you got to give respect because it's the players who come back and keep playing it, but it's also the people who behind the scenes are willing to put in that effort and that really like tedious work of organizing this thing that get it to run smoothly and it's not always easy. Like, it's not always in their hands. Like, if people's time zones conflict, it's not really always up to them if it can run on a short time or a long time, right? So, definitely credit to them and credit to the players who brought us here. Obviously, massive credit to Arilou for winning this thing. And he'll get a gold name in Discord for a couple months.
Yeah, we'll make sure to get that TNT. We'll have to bug Tatanka to update the Hall of Champions. Did we not do a third place match? I wonder if anybody would be interested in that. Maybe we could follow up and see.
Oh,
that
yeah, true.
Mishi versus
Sasha?
Mishi versus Sasha? I don't know.
I think so.
Let's see if I'm sure Sasha's
Someone will
always
correct
down
us.
to play, so I don't want to make
Yeah,
any
true.
promises on stream, but it could be fun. I don't know, maybe in a couple weeks or something, we can get a third place match just for fun. You know, get that bronze medal in the Hall of Champions. But yeah, again, thanks everybody. You know, everybody watching, everybody who organizes this stuff, and you know, feel free if you want to organize something. I mean, reach out to me, reach out to Olive. You know, a lot of people in the community will help you do that, or you know, cover the event, that kind of stuff. Like this guy put together that 2v2 tournament. That was super fun. I think everybody had a great time doing that. We pivoted, you know, to the no-shows, and we got it all knocked out on a single Saturday afternoon. It was only a few hours long, and it was a blast. So even something small like that, we can make it happen. So I will keep you all posted on the next event coming up, but might be a little while from here. Might be quiet for a bit before somebody steps up to the plate, decides to host the next premiere season. So anything else, any final remarks here, Olive?
No, I mean, another pretty good, maybe a little long season behind us. I'm glad we got this thing wrapped up. It did take a couple months to get through this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad we got it done, and it was the grand finals. They never disappoint. So
cool. All right, everybody, we are out of here. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we will catch you next time.
adios.